Man, Sam is on top of it. He is on his fashion game yet again. It is difficult. You know, you watch the Met Gala, which I still don't exactly know what it is, because it's one of those things where, you know, in my home, and I'm sure in a lot of your homes, you're sitting there, one of your loved ones maybe has like one of the red carpet shows on before an award show. But that's always like the red carpet before the award show. And you know, oh yeah, some dumb award show is on tonight that I'm going to ignore. But this is one where it's just, I think it's just the carpet. Like they just, I don't even know where they're walking. They go into
they do something.
Yeah, they do something. I never seen the thing that they do. Maybe it's some kind of Illuminati thing.
I think it's secret.
It's secret.
It is secret.
A secret meeting happens after, but we ignore the secret meeting because the styles are so eccentric. We just love to see them. It does feel very. What I like to do is I'll watch the people walking in, you know, and walking up the stairs and doing their thing and all this stuff. And what I like to do is look in the eyes of the celebrities, especially the newish celebrities. Like maybe they've been around for a little while, but they just became big stars kind of recently. And I look in their eyes to see if I can judge whether they are embarrassed or not. Like whether they're comfortable doing the whole song and dance associated with the Met Gala, or they think that it's dumb. Like they feel stupid, because it really is it's a massive, weird costume party. And it seems like everybody is fighting for the approval of something. And it's almost like a mass hypnosis, where not only is everybody fighting for this approval, but everybody watching is going like, oh my God, this is so great. And I'm like, what? Like, I don't understand. Like, was I not? I feel like it was one of those, like, when a hypnotist puts on a show in like a theater and everybody goes, and then he hypnotizes the whole audience, except I was out getting jujubes when he was doing the hypnotism. And so I walk back in and I sit down in my seat, and the whole audience is on this weirdness where they all think they're dogs or cats or whatever it is. And I'm sitting there with my jujubes going, what is everybody? Are you guys all just like playing around? And they believe in their soul that they're all dogs and cats. And I go, what did I miss when I was getting my snacks? What happened? That's how I feel when the Met Gala is happening, because it's not just like on the screen. Like whoever you're watching, there's 100 different YouTube streams, and like, you know, Lala Anthony is going, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. I go, okay, Lala, if you say so. Or Vasquez, I don't know if she's Lala Anthony anymore, but Lala is sitting there going, these are you. I mean, you guys are amazing. And I go, oh, okay. And I look at my wife. I go, this is weird. How? And she goes, no, I'm right on board with Lala. I go, okay, all right. And then I start getting into it. I saw Andre 3000 showed up, and he had a piano on as a backpack. And people are like, that's great. I'm like, it is? It seems heavy.
Was it a backpack or just an actual piano?
Well, it's on his back with straps.
Right, but that doesn't make it a backpack. You can't put stuff in it. And you'd have to retune it.
No, you're not wrong.
I'm sorry, buddy.
I figured you could pop the back.
A piano strapped to his back.
Right, it's a piano strapped to his back. It's not a piano backpack.
Well, once I saw the straps, I was like, that's a piano backpack.
No, you can't give that to your kid and say, go to school, put your 5 pencils in there.
What? I mean, it's not that dissimilar from giving these kids those LL Bean backpacks with 100 books in it. They fall over. You know, they're very heavy.
Yeah, you still put stuff in it.
You could stack stuff on top where the keys are. Yeah. You could stack stuff up there. I think it could function. Not great. Like if you get on a train with that, you're gonna get stuck in the door. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to go in sideways. This
is fashion over function.
100%. It's a cumbersome backpack, and also it requires the cross strap.
Yeah,
because it's a piano. You know, you can't just do it's tough to get off.
Oh, what's in those garbage bags?
Well, that's actually, it goes more to your point. The fact that you need a second garbage bag to actually hold your things because you couldn't fit them in the piano backpack makes me feel like, well. And then he goes, hey, might go well, because he's got a piano album. Is that right? Andre 3000 from Outkast?
Yeah, he surprise dropped it last night.
How? I mean, did we hear it?
Huh? No, I found
This is
no.
news to me.
I mean, I'll listen to it.
I remember when there was
I like
piano, where there was piano on that song about roses really smell like boo boo boo. Remember?
I love that one.
Yeah, that was a Caroline, and he's playing piano on it. I wish there was some lyrics on these songs. You know?
No, he's doing instrumental stuff.
I know, but even if he would just sing a song, like about whatever,
Or find people to sing on his record.
just somebody singing it.
You don't sing on the type of music he's doing.
Okay, well, then
Well,
don't
I
be
haven't-
upset when people don't want to listen to it.
I don't think he's upset.
he's got that piano backpack. He's got
I
nothing
think
to be
everybody
upset
else
about.
is upset that he's not putting out a rap album. He's like, yeah,
nobody cared about his
too
flute
bad.
record.
He could just sing. He doesn't even need to rap. If he just sang over his piano licks, I'd be fine with it. Caroline. I'd be like, this is great. You know? I mean, I haven't heard the piano.
7 piano sketches E EP.
Okay, so he's calling them like sketches. Like they're kind of freehand drawn, but they're piano. I mean, you could sing over. I can't imagine a piano song that you couldn't sing over.
Of course you could sing over it.
It's a piano. It's the base of music. Like it's the base of music is the bass. But
Yeah, but nobody was like, oh man, these Mozarts would be great if somebody sang over them.
But they've sampled them though. And by the way, nobody has ever actually said these Mozarts are great. They wouldn't say. Nobody's ever referred to the songs by Mozart as these Mozarts.
Danny McBride would.
Yeah, these are some good Mozarts, Daddy. Dad, are you listening to Mozarts again?
Yeah, I mean, they're instrumental songs for a reason. It's
I
not
haven't
like
heard
he
'em.
couldn't find anybody to sing over them.
I know. I mean, he clearly made a choice. I mean, same way he made a choice to wear a piano backpack. But
Piano on his back.
well, I think it's a piano backpack. Are there? What's the single off the new EP?
I don't think there is a single.
Well, I want to hear one of them.
Yeah, all right.
I want to hear one because I bet we can sing over it.
Yeah, I'm sure you could. That doesn't mean
I got to hear
it's
one of them
intended
to see what intended to. It's art. Okay, it's up to interpretation.
It's not.
I'm sure that there's one song on the EP that he could have sung about Caroline again.
All right, here, you ready?
She's a reason.
Caroline.
Probably won't. No, sorry. I'll give you a big amount of
You
no.
people who just want to keep hearing him apologize to Miss Jackson.
I
instead
want
of just do new
because he
things.
said he's for real, but I don't know if I 100% buy into
Well,
it.
how many times does he have to do it?
Because I want to know when he says.
It's like when you apologize to like your wife or something. It's like, I said I'm sorry. Can we move on? Can I do something new?
But when he says forever,
Yeah.
forever, ever.
Yeah. Forever, ever, ever.
I don't know if I buy it. I think we need a follow up.
Maybe it's one of these songs. I haven't listened to the whole album yet.
I mean, this song feels ripe for lyrics. I think Andre had something to say, and you could sing over it. I get that he feels like I don't want to like rap anymore, which is fine. But he's a great vocalist in general, and that has no age limit. A lot of old people sing. Frank Sinatra was not a young man by the time at the end of his life. He was no longer a young man. He was still singing.
That was it.
That was the end of the song.
Yes.
That's a dumb ending.
It's not a dumb ending.
It just
You
kind of
guys are
stopped,
dumb.
right?
It's just like, stop.
Right. And I love that Travis is like advocating for it.
And he's
As-
like angry about it. Like, how dare you talk shit on Andre 3000?
As if he's-
I just don't understand why everybody seems to think that every instrumental needs lyrics.
as if he's ever going to listen to it.
Never.
He'll never listen
I bet you
to
didn't
it.
even listen to the flute record.
No, he's too busy mourning Jill Sobule.
I mean, who isn't? Like that, you're comparing apples to oranges here. Don't sit over there act like you didn't shed a tear.
I shed a couple tears.
Yeah, exactly. Poor woman.
But I'm just.
What do you want to hear? Bluffing in the snow, and then one day
I think
you'll.
Blueberry Mansions is the one to go with.
Okay, great.
And how come these songs, nothing's longer than 3 minutes?
Blueberry Mansions.
And
Because they're sketches.
And it's not right what he's doing. He teases you because he says the title of the song and you hear his voice.
I want more man voice.
And you're like, well, I want Andre 3000 voice. This is a Coldplay song.
No, it's not. This is not yellow.
Right?
Yeah.
Chris Martin could figure it out.
Any Tom, Dick, or Harry could figure it out.
That's right. Remember that one?
Yeah.
That one did not work without the lyrics.
Troy, you write instrumentals?
But then what do you get?
I got the
Prince Street Bodega doesn't have any instrumentals?
my ring.
See, that's way better.
This is just like watching Paul McCartney
got the-
Let
I'm
It
flushing
Be.
it out. I'm flushing it out.
I got the soul in my wings. Everybody wants to have soul in their wings.
I got the air under my feet.
You just got things
He's
under
good.
things.
He's great. That's great. I'm
I'm working it out.
right. We're riffing.
Yeah.
He
Okay,
doesn't know about
Okay,
music.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You know, just Paul McCartney just didn't spit out the exact words for "Get Back."
He was talking about
Basically did, I
he
saw
was
him.
talking about scrambled eggs
You
at one
have,
point.
you have to make a pencil sketch.
Right.
And that's what these are. Look, sketches.
They're not finished.
These are released.
But they're sketches.
This is done.
I hope somebody takes these songs and just like, here's how we do it, and just sings over all of them. Like,
And every one of them starts with Caroline. See, this is what you were supposed to do.
You want Big Boy to take these and make them into actual songs.
Oh, wouldn't that be great if Big Boy, because he raps so fast. He puts all those words in.
Big Boy's probably like, what the fuck you doing, bro? Let's get back in the studio and make a record.
He's like, okay, I understand you want to do your own thing. He's like, it's enough. It's been years, and this is what you're doing, flutes and pianos? Like, come on, dude.
You put this out, nobody gives a shit, bro. You know how great it
You're
would
not
be if we put
supposed
out an
to.
Outcast record?
Oh, my God.
Yeah. People would love it. This
killing
one,
me.
this one over here, who just is like, likes anything that anyone puts out.
I never even said I liked it. I just can't believe that there's two people here like, oh, my God.
Who are fans of Andre 3000. I can't believe it.
he's just
can't
expressing
believe
himself artistically.
I can't believe these guys in the room have an opinion.
Yeah, I can't believe that these guys, like one of the most popular recording artists of all time, who just decided at his peak to just stop.
Well, I mean,
And put out mediocre instrumentals.
Right. There's
Can't-
better people at playing
can't
the
say
piano.
2024 was the peak of Andre 3000.
Nobody hasn't put anything out since The Love Below. That's the peak.
Neither is Zach from Rage Against the Machine. Nobody's bitching about him.
Well, I wish he'd release some shit.
Yeah, and by the way, if Zach from Rage was like, "Hey guys, I have a flute album," we'd be like, "Come on,
What the fuck?
That
What
would
are
be
you
an angry
doing?
flute, though.
what?" Yeah, I'd be like,
That flute would be so mad at what's going on.
It's like, bro, get back together with Inside Out.
"Yeah,
Come on, man. What are you doing?
yeah,
That's deep.
yeah." We would be doing the exact same thing, as a matter of fact. If Zach was like, "Oh, have you ever heard me play piano?" It's like, well, I mean, if you want to add piano, fine, but like, can you do some of that rap singing with it?
He
I
did,
just
do that.
can't-
He did that song with whatchamacallit?
Run the Jewels.
Run the Jewels. That
Yeah,
song.
it was
and it's
great.
like, it's like, bro, what
You
are
still got it.
you got it.
You have Republicans out here thinking, not realizing that you're communist.
That's my favorite band.
Yeah,
I mean, look how good you are.
it's that good.
That's how good you are.
You're so good, you fool Republican.
Republicans are like, Rage Against the Machine is my favorite band. Favorite of all the bands.
Out of all of them.
I don't think that's unfair as a fan, you know.
No, but it is like you should allow him to just do what he wants.
Look, he's allowed. I'm not saying I'm going to lock him up in jail. He's allowed to do what he wants. I'm allowed to say, "Hey, I'd love a couple song lyrics over this.
Nobody wouldn't.
I'd love to hear what you've got to say."
Sam's allowed to put out a podcast of just him farting in the mic for an hour.
God.
And we're allowed to have our opinions about it.
Right.
I'd be like, Sam, that sucks.
Right. What are you doing farting on that snare drum, dude?
Not everything's an emergency.
That ruffles his feathers when you do that.
Well, guess what? Probably slam one out today.
just to get on his tits.
Get right up, right. That's right. Slide right up under there. 100%. No, I mean, obviously.
This is what he wants to do now.
Cool. Well, guess what I want?
You want Miss Jackson.
I want Miss Jackson. I want Caroline.
You want Bombs Over Baghdad.
I would. Oh, can you imagine?
I'd fuck up some shit to Bombs Over Baghdad.
It's because it all still holds up.
Yeah.
Of course it does.
Bombs Over Baghdad is amazing.
We're not comparing one to the other
Why? It's the same guy. Of course you could.
because now you're just going on a new journey with him.
If Troy was like, "Hey, you know,"
And you could come if you want. You don't have to.
well, I'm going to make comments about it. I'm going to, because I would like him to come as he is.
Come as you are.
That's right.
And respect. We love Andre 3000. I'll love him forever.
Of course.
But I'm allowed to have an opinion of like, hey, man, stop with the bullshit.
Right.
Put out a good record.
When you grow a beard and it's braided, people are allowed to compare braided beard Troy to non-braided beard Troy. Some people are like, I prefer this Troy. Some people are like, I prefer the other Troy. That's up to anybody who wants to.
Of course, Sam.
When Andre 3000 shows up with a piano backpack, walking up the Met Gala stairs, I can, new album. And he's like, yeah, but it's only the piano. I'm like, well, that's just one part.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're so good at stuff.
One part of what?
Can you imagine if he's like playing the piano, he's singing over it, and then all of a sudden he takes a flute break? Oh, it'd be great. I would love that.
So now you just want him to be like a Washington Square Park, like one-man band?
I want to be one-man band like what's his name in Mary Poppins?
I would love that.
Dick Van Dyke?
Yeah, with cymbals between his knees.
And he has like the kick drums on a string on his boom, boom, boom.
You tell me if anybody could pull off one-man band in 2025, it's 3000.
If he did a one-man band album,
I mean, I'd be obsessed.
it'd be like, this is fucking great.
It would be.
And he just does a park tour, like he'll just show up at Washington Square Park.
Right.
And just be like, hey, I'm playing today at 3. Come by.
Right. And,
All right, well,
and
if he
I'd
plays
be like,
Feed the Birds, I'll be fine.
I'd be like, well, I don't know if Dick Van Dyke was. That was Mary Poppins singing that one. I don't know if she used the one-man band for that one. She's just trying to find her tuppence. I mean, listen, Bad Bunny showed up. He was looking slick. Bad Bunny doesn't change his game up. He knows what the people want to hear.
Because he's still in his...
Reggaeton. Right?
He'll give the people what they want.
He'll give the people what they want. He's starting his world tour. Although I think he's skipping America on his world tour.
Why?
I don't think he's hitting the US of A on his world tour.
Maybe it's in the fall.
Probably. He probably just hasn't announced the dates yet. I can't imagine that he'll completely...
He's massive here.
Right, right. But he's massive everywhere. But you know what I mean? He gives the people what they want to see. But he showed up at the Met Gala wearing a funny hat, you know, just to remind everybody, yes, I'm still at the Met Gala too. I got this funny hat on. See, he's going to Tokyo, he's going to Sydney, Lima, Peru, Paris, France. These are all big cities, but no United States of America. He's hitting the United States of whatever before he's hitting the United States of America. See, like when I saw this was a little bit...
It's cool. I'm not mad at
easier to stomach, right? I said, never in my life will I wear a piano backpack. But I don't know. I started looking at it going, do you think I could like pull off one of these like rich guy straw hats? Because that's what it struck me as. It's like a straw hat, but for the very wealthy and fashionable. And I said, I wonder if I could pull it off. And he pulls it off so confidently. Like that thing that I said that I like looking to see if celebrities are embarrassed by what they're doing. I never see that in Bad Bunny. He makes his decisions and he stands by them. But pretty standard suit, earth tones.
I love that.
Yeah, you do. I like a duffel. People walking around with a duffel, you know, I think that's a good look.
Going to the Met Gala, how much stuff do you need?
It looks like almost like a bowling ball bag.
That's right. A big one.
Big one.
Like you can fit a couple of them
balls,
in there.
yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, how much do you need? That's still smaller than Andre's 3000's backpack.
That's not a backpack.
It's the size of a piano.
Piano.
You know? I thought, you know, Bad Bunny's out here looking great. Although, if I were Bad Bunny, you know what I would have worn? Same thing he's wearing on that billboard.
Just a skivvies?
Oh, yeah. If I look like Bad Bunny, I'd be walking around in my skivvies everywhere.
You guys love Bad Bunny.
He's great.
No, but I
What's
mean,
not
like,
to-
you love him.
What's not to love?
Like the body.
He looks amazing.
I mean, yeah, and his music's great.
I'm not
Exactly.
talking about. I'm not
You
talking
know
about his
TT My
music.
Pergunto?
That's
I'm
right.
not talking
That's
about
right. That's
his
100%
I love that
right.
fucking song.
That's 100% right. It's all one package. It all goes together. When you're like, oh, the song's great, and then he's got a cool vibe. You're like, this guy's cool, and he looks great in his skivvies.
Yeah.
You're like, listen, I respect him.
It's the whole package.
And then he shows up on WWE, and he's hitting frog splashes. That's never going to bother me.
Yeah.
You know? He's the man.
I know why you like him.
There's a lot of reasons. I just listed them.
Yeah, and they're all good reasons, by the way.
Thank you, dude. Scott in Virginia.
Hey, Sam, did you see the picture of Pamela Anderson? She looks like somebody's great-great-grandma.
I did see Pamela Anderson's going through a thing right now where she decided never to wear makeup, which is interesting.
She's been doing that for a while.
Yeah. But she showed up with a bob haircut, you know?
that.
And they call it a bob haircut because the Joker's henchman, Bob, in the Tim Burton Batman movie wore his hair like that. See, that's a...
She does look very grandmotherly.
Yes.
fine.
Yeah, she's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I'm not... But, yeah. She does look... I mean, maybe I think what it does to us is it makes us feel... Because we remember a youthful... She was a sex symbol of our day.
we remember Tommy Lee driving the boat with his penis while
Right.
she was on it.
Right, that's right.
what we
I remember that.
Me too.
That's ingrained. I mean, that's branded. Somebody took a branding iron, heated it right up, and just slammed it down on my brain. I'll never forget that.
Like, you remember that.
Right. On the boat with Tommy Lee driving it with his anatomy.
Like, probably the most beautiful sex symbol of the 90s, wouldn't you say?
100%.
Of the 90s?
There was no getting around it.
Yeah, I don't think
I mean, there was a lot of gorgeous women, but Pamela Anderson was it.
And people tried to follow. You know, you had Carmen Electra
No.
trying to follow. You had a lot of people, but nobody
touched her.
Nobody touched her. Nobody hit that icon status.
I don't think it was even close.
I honestly don't think so either. I mean, a full-on icon to the point where we were like, no, that Barbed Wire movie is actually pretty good. You know, like there were a lot of us going like, no, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good movie. But so it is a little jarring, you know. It does make you go like, okay, maybe I'm getting older as well when you see Pam Anderson being, and I kind of respect.
I do too.
That she's just being a human being. Yeah. She's not like she's actually aging somewhat gracefully.
She's 57.
I mean, she could have gone down the road where she completely just ruined her face.
That's
ruined
right.
Her body, trying to look like she's in her 20s again.
That's right.
And she's like, look, this is who I am.
And I respect that.
Me too.
She's not even putting on fake big eyebrows because big eyebrows are in style now.
No.
You know, she's like, look, I shaved these motherfuckers off in the 90s. What can I tell you?
Yeah, a lot of the girls in the 90s, they never grew back.
No.
They plucked them all out to get those little thin lines.
Right. Some of them were lasering their eyebrows off. It's crazy.
And then just penciling it in like you look like Violent J.
Right. Right. They wish. They wish. Yeah. I saw, I guess Diana Ross, they said, stopped the show.
You saw a lot of stuff.
Well, I did. My wife
Wasn't
had it
wrestling on last night?
This was on before wrestling. And by the way, I mean, the pomp and circumstance only continued on. You should have seen these outfits on the wrestling show.
Did they have their own Met Gala?
They should have. They could have. Honestly, the way these wrestlers show up, they could have.
The Knicks were on last night.
Basketball?
Yeah. You're like, hey, did you see Diana Ross?
I kept up with what the Knicks were doing as well. I saw them. They defeated the Celtics. But look how big her coat is or whatever she's wearing. It's a big coat. You know?
Get it?
She's got a big coat.
It's funny.
Yeah. She's going, you vacuum the floor? Okay, I can wear my coat. She got a big coat, and everybody's like, oh, look, we're all so excited to see Diana Ross. And a big part of me is like, when they decide it's time to respect a legend, I go, have you been keeping this energy the whole time? Like, really? Have you been treating Diana Ross this good the entire time? Or did you just decide this year at the Met Gala, because she's got that big coat on, that we're going to all like go like, oh, yeah, we've always been this excited? It's a little disingenuous, but
I think people love Diana Ross.
I think so, too. I don't think anybody would ever dispute that.
Just because we're not talking about her every day.
That's what I mean. Were they going cuckoo when she rolled up on a red carpet, or were they like, okay, Diana, it's good to see you, but move along?
Yeah, but I mean, she rolled up looking like this?
Because of the big coat, you think?
Yeah.
That's what it might be. And don't forget, by the way, the coat will throw you off, because the coat is gigantic.
Yeah.
But the hat is also large. And I feel like if the coat weren't so big, people would be going, man, that's a big hat. But in comparison to the coat, the hat actually looks normal.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? Because the coat literally fills up the whole room.
It's a spectacle.
It is. It is. It's all.
But it's supposed to be.
It's all spectacle. You know.
It's a lot. It's a lot to do, right? Just to get everybody together.
But
that's
that's the point.
ridiculous.
It's
costumes.
dumb. It's dumb.
It is dumb.
Like, I was thinking,
It's a fundraising event.
for what?
I don't know. Anna Wintour?
I think they're trying to raise funds for their underground bunker they're all moving into.
I read about that.
Oh yeah,
They
we'll
don't
get
need
to
any more funds.
we'll get to that.
Oh, good. I got a lot to say.
Oh, I figured you would, Troy. Oh, we'll get to that. Everybody that's like, oh yeah, I'm going to root for my rich guys. Soder was right. We'll get to that because I didn't get the invite. You get one, Troy?
Nope.
Trav Dog?
Nope.
Exactly right.
I mean, you got a platinum record and you got an official Raw podcast.
That's right. They were like, no, you're good in your basement. I go, I don't know if this is
Yeah, you guys should get one. before
disaster
me.
proof.
I'm going to be asking if you got a +1.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, Walter Goggins.
I saw him.
Okay, so before we get to Walter Goggins, we do want to shout out Rihanna, who is once again pregnant. I mean, she can't stop getting pregnant.
I mean, they just can't stop fucking.
And I get it.
Yeah, me too.
I get it.
On both sides, right?
Because I go like this. I go like this. Yeah, that's right. I go, if I was Rihanna, I'd be getting pregnant the whole time, too. ASAP's looking good at this.
A$AP is the man.
ASAP is a handsome guy.
He is.
That's it.
And they're making beautiful babies.
They're making beautiful babies. And I go like this, man, they can't stop. These guys, it's an anomaly. And they go, that's right. This is the third one they've pumped out. I go, oh, okay. I guess some of us are just built that way. Because I go, this is probably what people are saying about the Roberts behind my back. Right?
All the time.
My wife shows up pregnant again. They're like, oh my God.
This guy just can't stop fucking.
That's what they're saying, right? Because that's what we're all thinking when we see Rihanna.
I'm just pulling to the curtain so you can understand what people are saying behind your back.
I like to know. Again? They go, is this the last pregnancy? No. That child is on this, but this is a new one. This is a different one. Which then I go like, oh, I have respect for ASAP and Rihanna, and it makes me think they have a strong relationship. Mm-hmm. And I go, oh, that must be what people are thinking about the Roberts.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Would you say so?
And you love to fuck.
I got a fucking problem.
What's going on with replies on Twitter?
What are you saying?
I mean, just read any of them.
Let's see. Oh, she's pretending to be pregnant again. What? Alice in Wonderland. What the hell?
Read the next one.
Can't blame her being pregnant again. I'm a virgin, but I think doing it raw just hits different.
Like, what?
What the fuck?
What are these bots talking about?
Yeah, these are bots. That's not how a person would talk.
Read
What
the
is
next one?
What is it to be? They're talking about being in Rihanna's womb at the Met Gala. Like at first, it sounds like they're obsessed with Rihanna.
No.
But then it sounds like they're obsessed with being at the Met Gala. And you're like, these are clearly bots because who would formulate a sentence this way? But to what end? To what end are these bots?
What's going on?
I sometimes look at that. I look at the bots on Twitter and I'm trying to figure out to what, what is the end game here? Why?
Yeah.
Why are you just to run up replies? But if you're just trying to run up replies,
They're all verified.
That's good. They're all verified. That's definitely what Jack had in mind when he came out with the verification check.
But it makes no sense.
Right. That's what I mean. It's one thing to run up replies, but you could run up replies just by people just saying slay. If you just wrote slay, fine, we're running up replies. But to have stuff that's this weird,
we're not even running up replies. 1 like, 8 likes,
right?
2 replies. They're probably bots that are replying to them.
There's
I just
11.
Don't understand.
There's 11 retweets to the one about being in Rihanna's womb, but I almost feel like a lot of those retweets are just people going how weird is this?
It is a weird thing to say.
I'd be so freaked out if I was reading my replies and people were talking about my womb. I'd be like, that's really scary.
I mean, poor Rihanna, what she has to deal with fans.
I mean, I can't imagine. That's why she stays locked up. I'm not coming out.
A new record. She's like, I don't want to go out.
I don't want to have anything to do with anything. I did that Super Bowl show about sperm. That's it.
Yep.
That's the end of it. I'm just going to keep getting pregnant. People have given up on her putting out new music. I'm done. Listen to Pond to Replay.
I mean, there's a string of hits you can listen to.
If you want my old shit, buy my old album.
That's right.
That's it. I'm done. Yes, there's a lot of controversy. I saw Walton Goggins, right? Mm-hmm. And Walton Goggins, I worry. I'm going to be 100% honest. I worry about Walton Goggins.
Getting too popular?
Yep. Yeah. Because I think he is, and he should be, he's enjoying this and embracing it because he's worked for decades to get this level of attention. But I do worry he's going to become a Hollywood weirdo guy. Mm-hmm.
I think he's already a little bit of a weirdo.
But he was always a weirdo, but in a charming way. Now he's reached the level of fame where you can have just yes people around you all the time and you can get as weird as you want. And I worry that we're going to lose him. You know what I mean? That humanity's going to lose him into Hollywood weirdness. Hopefully not. But it is something that I worry about. He was wearing a leather skirt, which is, cool.
This would be another good outfit for
Is that Travis. A skirt or a dress? For me?
Yeah.
I would wear that.
Well, because the other outfit he was wearing
covers up a lot, so I'm good with that.
Well, okay, so yeah, this is a skirt for sure because it starts at the waist. So I think that would be a skirt.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's not a mini skirt.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him in a mini skirt.
Travis?
I was thinking Walton Goggins, but I guess Travis too.
Relax.
Oh, sorry.
I'd like to put Travis in a miniskirt just to kind of humiliate him and make sure he knows his place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Miniskirt and some heels.
Yeah. I think so.
Why do you think it would humiliate me?
Prison stuff. Yeah, that would be the shame.
It might liberate him.
Right. Where I go, oh my God, now I can't shut him up at all. He's so free. And he's saying all this weird stuff that I never knew was inside of him. So first of all, a couple of things struck me with when Walton Goggins showed up in his skirt, which we haven't discussed. I thought about the magazine cover he did, where he was jam-packed into those Speedos.
Oh, I just saw that.
I'll bet you did. Pull it up. Pull up the
hang on, it's in my
photo that you printed out in your wallet. So you can carry it around just in case you run out of battery on your phone. I'll tell you what. This is what I was trying to tell you. Remember, Troy, when I told you you're going to give Travis an inflated sense of confidence? Like, it's going to take a lot more than laying off the DiGiorno's for Travis to look like Walton Goggins.
Right.
Because he's got more muscle mass than people realize. You know, he's got abdominals and pectorals in his 50s.
Oh, okay, wow.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But also, I mean, he's packing a lot into that Speedo.
Well, he's Walton Goggins.
More like Walton Hoggins. Thank you.
Yeah, those are good abs.
Yeah.
And he's in his 50s, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like Travis ain't getting abs like that.
He could. He just doesn't want to. He doesn't put in work.
It would take a lot of work. It'd take a lot of work. He's not doing that.
No.
I'm glad I got Troy here.
You couldn't, dude.
You could.
Thank you.
I want you to know.
He believes in me.
Yeah, but I want
you try to keep me down
No.
so that you look better.
I don't want. Yeah, that's it. I don't want you.
You know, you see me as a threat.
That's true. Aesthetically. An aesthetic threat. I'm worried I'm going to lose the beauty of the show. People are always like, he's the handsome one. All of a sudden, Travis steps up in a pair of Speedos, and it's like, never mind. Suede shirt and a pair of Speedos, and everyone's looking Travis's way. No, I just don't want you to stay up at night going, why can't I look like Walton Goggins? It's like, genetically, you're just not there.
I'm doing that already.
That's what I'm worried about.
And by the way, don't listen to him. You could.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate
Look
it.
like that? You couldn't look like that.
Sure he could.
No, that's an unrealistic photo. I mean, for any of us. In
It's
this room.
touchdown.
Right.
But the other when he was
And also
wearing,
that, you know how baggy that Speedo would be on Travis?
there'd be a banana hammock with no banana.
Yeah, I mean, why is the Speedo so roomy? Has this been stretched out? No, it's right off the shelf.
Right out of the package. No, the Hawaiian shirt he was wearing in that photo you shot, like Travis could pull that look off, no sweat.
That we were talking about a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
Travis would be more heroin chic. You know what I mean?
and even if Travis has like a little belly, that's kind of funny.
It's kind of funny,
Like-
and especially if he's confident about it.
Yeah, he doesn't give a fuck.
Right. But they also say Walton Goggins in his Speedo does not get along with the co-star from
Yeah, I know. Amy, whatever.
Amy Lou Wood.
Amy Lou Wood, yeah.
From the White Lotus program, that they were best friends, and they were tweeting at each other, and they were Instagramming at each other, and they were posting photos. But now, not at all. They don't follow each other anymore. Did you know that?
Now they do.
They refollowed each other. Yeah, but I think they only refollowed each other because it became such a controversy. Because it became a controversy. Number one, let's call it like it is. I'm watching this Met Gala, and I see this Patrick Schwarzenegger, who is the guy who's like, was doing stuff, but now he's like a famous guy. And I felt like for him, he's a little uncomfortable in his own skin because he's like, do I really have to, is this what I have to do to be famous?
You think he's uncomfortable?
Only at the Met Gala.
Okay.
Not in real life. I think he's the man in real life. But at the Met Gala, when he's got to wear a costume, I think it's a little like, what? But he was on the White Lotus show. He was walking with Amy Lou Wood.
I saw that, yeah.
Walton Goggins was way far away from those people. Like he was, you know, a while before them, so they weren't going to cross paths. And see, he's wearing a glove. That's what it was. It's like, why would I wear a glove? They're like, because it's fashion. It's fashion.
Yeah, he's probably not.
He doesn't want to do that.
No.
Like it's like, what?
He wants to be Patrick Bateman. Did you see that?
In the new, who's doing it? Who's directing?
I don't know if who's directing it? I forget who's directing, but I don't think they've cast anybody yet.
I think he'd be great as the new Patrick
I
Bateman.
didn't disagree. Yeah. I was like, I could see that.
He could work.
Yeah.
And he's a good actor. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like him. I thought he was great on that show.
And did you see, not to get off topic, but
ahead.
Chloe Sevigny also pitched the director the idea of doing her exact part being Patrick Bateman's secretary in the new one.
I love that idea.
Yeah.
And I think she could totally do it.
So do
By
I.
the way, like, she looks exactly the same as she did back then.
Exactly the same.
It's wild. Mm-hmm. She's amazing. Yeah, I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Anyway.
But yeah, so Walton Goggins did an interview with some magazine where they were like, oh, what about you and Amy Lou Wood hating each other? And he was like, what about you not asking about that? How about that?
How about you shut the fuck up?
How about you? Here, I just brought this nice tall glass of shut the fuck up. Anyway, let's get back to the questions about the movie. And they're like, yeah, we'll do that. Anyway.
Don't you hate her?
You hate her, huh? And they followed it up again. And there was literally a quote from him going, are you fucking serious? Like, I just told you to stop talking about it. He was like, I think his quote was, I have nothing to say about that. And then they kept going. They were like, okay, but do you have a little to say about that? And he was like, are you serious? He goes, Amy Lou Wood, he goes, I'm not going to have that conversation. There's no conversation to be had there. And they go, right. And they moved on to a couple questions, and he was getting annoyed because he was like, yeah, you know, I'm here to talk about the movie that I'm in that, by the way, my wife directed. Probably the least interesting topic for you. That's what he said, something along those lines. And the interviewer was like, I don't know, that's not that bad, but what about this Amy Lou Wood thing? And he goes,
and then the publicist jumped in too.
Next question, they said, is a British publicist.
2 publicists. Ooh, you're right. He's getting a little Hollywoodish.
That's what I'm saying. He's got all these publicists. I want to know
2 publicists chimed in.
And that's very Bill Belichick, right? That's very Streisand effect. Now it's like, and that's why they refollowed each other. Because now, whether you didn't care, which I don't blame you for, or you hadn't even heard about it, which I don't blame you for, now it's like, because he was so like, I'm not going to have that conversation. And then when they followed it up anyway, even after both publicists, which you need 2 publicists, you're flying a publicist in from America, you're going to get a British one too. That's when you start getting famous enough that you're letting everybody steal all your money. But when they both go, just move on. And they go, no, this is England. We don't give a fuck. We're like the paparazzi capital of the world. I don't know if you heard about what we did to Princess Di. Okay? We're going to keep asking. And then they
got a bit of a reputation.
We're not breaking that reputation for anybody. You like your little cute tabloids in America? You ain't seen nothing yet. We destroy human beings here for fun. We got nothing better to do.
Nothing going on.
Nothing going on here. We don't even have AC in most of the houses here. And they go like, anyway, back to Amy Lou Wood. And he's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? The interview's over. And he ends the interview. And I'm going, that feels like, and we were talking about the Streisand effect. I forget with who, but earlier maybe last week. It feels very Streisand effect, where it's like, now if you weren't concerned about it at all, now you're interested. Now you want to know. So,
but they didn't like make a big deal out of it. Like
who?
Walton Goggins and Amy Lou Wood.
No, but people love looking into it. That's the thing. Like,
well,
if he had just
noticed
the unfollows.
And people assumed, and I have to agree with this, that he blocked her because when you block somebody, all of their previous likes and comments on your photos go away. If you just stop following
That's
somebody...
very Black Mirror, by the way.
Right?
Like, you build this digital history,
it's gone.
And then in an emotional moment, you just hit it and it's gone. It feels like the episode where the mom gets beat to death with the iPad.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. Where everything's gone. I mean, bro, listen.
So, like, if you just unfollow somebody, all their comments stay there. Because you have a public profile and they comment.
This is how you know how bad social media is. Number one, you're a celebrity. You're an actor. Everything's going great. Number two, you're a grown-ass man. What are you doing blocking people?
In your 50s.
Yeah. Just don't be on Instagram right now. You're a grown-ass dude who, after decades of being in this thing, is finally getting to the point where everybody realizes you are excellent at what you do. And you're blocking people? What are we blocking people for? Well, I mean, and what's to block? Like, do you really think she's going to start leaving you harassing? She's an actress, too. She's a public figure. What's she going to do, start commenting on everything?
I would love to know what happened.
I wonder if...
Because it was recent, too. Like...
Yeah, because they were posting pictures together on the set of The White Lotus.
And up until, during the show's run.
Right.
They were all friendly on social media. And it's so gossipy, but something happened at a specific point.
And it's natural to want to know, as opposed to just being like, I'm not going to block her, so that way it remains just speculation. And then when anybody asks, go, no, everything's fine. Don't say, I don't want to talk about it. Just go like this. No, everything's fine. We had a great time together. Like, we're doing
Which they did.
Right. We're doing other stuff right now, but we love each other. We always will. I mean, it doesn't help that British guy who was playing the guy from Duke is like, oh no, some of us hated each other. I won't tell you who. Did you see that?
He said, like, I probably shouldn't have said that.
The guy on the show, I mean, he does not give a fuck. He's not in this sort of like, let me protect myself because I want to go to the Met Gala and wear a dress. He doesn't care. What's his name? The British guy who played the guy from Duke? The Duke got all pissed about? I mean, he's been in a ton of stuff.
Why is he so far? Oh, Jason Isaacs.
Jason Isaacs just goes out and he's like, oh yeah, it was like high school. At first, everybody loved each other. Then people started hating each other. We developed into cliques. Blah, blah. And everybody's got all these follow-up questions now. And Jason Isaacs is like, oh, no, I don't know anything about that. And just steps away. Like, he just puts the grenade in there for all, like, the gossip mongers. He puts the grenade in. And then he walks away. And he goes, I don't know, you guys figure this out. I'm kind of done with all this. But I love that energy, right? Where it's like Jason Isaacs has been in everything. He's going to keep getting cast because he looks like a guy that should be in everything. You know what I mean? He just looks like one of those
regular guy,
handsome actor guy.
Yeah.
Showed his balls. People like that. He showed his balls on the show.
Oh, it's cool.
At one point, he was on what was the drug that they kept doing?
Oh God.
Parker Posey's.
I know.
I'm trying to. Lorazepam.
Yeah.
Lorazepam. Where are my lorazepams? He was on a bunch of lorazepams and forgot that he was wearing a bathrobe with no underwear and just showed his whole family his whole junk.
Nice.
It was a great scene. But yeah, he started this whole mess for everybody, and now everybody's gone to town with it, and I don't know. I don't think people are handling it terribly well. It's a wild situation. And Mr. Schneebly has just stepped out of it completely.
His name's Mike White.
Okay. I remember him as Mr. Schneebly from School of Rock. And he wrote that movie and he named himself Mr. Schneebly, so he shouldn't be disrespected by it.
That's a good point.
Yeah. So yeah, man. It's a wild scene with that cast. It is nuts. Troy, I know you had a busy evening. You were not at the Met Gala because people don't know, by the way. Check the calendar. You know what today is? Here on Sam Roberts Show, it's everybody's favorite day. It's a Toots Day.
It's Toots Day.
He's silly and he's furry. His name is Mr. Toots. He's always happy and purry. That rascal, Mr. Toots.
Okay. Feels like there was more energy put into the Mr. Toots production than anything you've done in the last decade. It just feels like you have your biases, unfortunately. Who's the production guy?
On this show?
Yeah.
Troy.
You are?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Why?
It just feels like there's like a lot of effort put into that.
That was fun, wasn't it?
No, it was great. It was really, really well done.
And that's actually Toots. That's his meows.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it really was. Can we hear that again? Yeah, because it just, a lot of work was put into this.
It's Toots Day.
He's silly and he's furry. His name is Mr. Toots. He's always happy and purry. That rascal, Mr. Toots.
Did you write that too?
Yeah.
Okay.
You like it?
I like it a lot. And you knew there was a piano in it. There was, meows in it. That's his real meow.
Real meows.
And you were like, this needs lyrics as well.
Yeah.
I'm not going to 3,000 this.
No.
This needs lyrics.
I totally could have 3,000 it, but I didn't.
You did not. You went the extra mile, which is interesting. Now, Mr. Toots is your pet cat, correct?
Correct.
Okay, yeah.
Well, mine and my fiance.
Sure, of course, your family. That's your family,
That's
Mr.
my
Toots.
child,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah. And when people say, as somebody with 3 kids, whenever people say like, oh yeah, my pet is my child, I go, yeah, it's the same thing.
It is.
It's exactly the same, actually. So, you care deeply for your cat. Mm-hmm. You feed him hard-boiled eggs. Even when eggs were expensive, you were feeding him hard-boiled
in
eggs.
the morning, that's what he has.
That's the way he likes that.
And then he has a scavenger hunt in the afternoon, and then he has his wet food at night.
What do you put little like kibble all over the place?
Well, like his little treats. He has like little like.
Oh.
So you have to hide them all over the apartment or all over the house.
He likes that.
Loves it.
Right. Does he find them all?
He does.
That's great. That's great. So Mr. Toots, who's just, hit of the century, he walked the red carpet at the Pet Gala.
Correct.
Right, and this happened in New York City.
Yes, yesterday.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow. And you guys knew in advance, so you're like, we need to make sure he has the right attire, or
Well,
how does this work?
The 3 years ago, there was a pet gala. We did that one. That was his first one. That was a huge success.
In what respect? How do you measure that?
Just being the life of the party, everybody making a fuss
Over Toots?
over Toots.
Wow.
Because there's not a lot of cats, a lot of dogs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So-
Yeah, because I already see, like, Mr. Toots on a leash. A cat behaving itself on a leash is a big deal.
Especially around a lot of dogs. It was fine.
He really doesn't give a fuck, huh?
He does it as long as they don't touch him. Like if they're just freaking out, like he's fine. It's like the second they start touching him, then he starts getting weird.
He does.
Yeah. But yeah, everybody. Let me look at him. He's in his royal garb.
Oh, yeah, he doesn't seem at all intimidated by the dogs.
No.
He's just like, yeah, look, I'm here. You wanted me to be here? I'm here.
Oh yeah, he's royalty. Why would he be intimidated?
Well, I see he's wearing a crown.
Because he's King Toots.
I see. King Toots. That's your next musical parody. King Toots.
And he's got his cape, his royal garb.
Right. I forgot about his royal garb. He's got a cape. That's very Diana Ross of him, by the way.
Yeah.
Mr. Toots is wearing a red velvet cape that is like leopard spotted trim with also gold trim in front of the leopard spots. And he looks like he really likes that. How is that crown held onto his head? Is it Velcro?
No, it's just a little
Chin strap.
like a little stretchy like cord.
And he doesn't mind it? He doesn't like try to fight it?
I think when there's a lot of stimulation, there's a lot happening around him.
Yeah.
He doesn't even think about it.
Gotcha.
So when he's at home and there's nothing else going on, he gets a little like annoyed by it. But when there's like dogs going crazy, it's like that's the last concern.
Do you think it's possible that he gets annoyed by it at home because it's like, who am I impressing? But when he gets out in public, he knows he looks good.
You know, it's funny you say that. I think he does know he looks really good because everybody makes a fuss, and he loves when people make a fuss over him.
Toots does?
Toots does. Yeah.
I see.
And he like kind of poses.
How do you know?
Well, he poses, and when people are like taking pictures, oh, he's so cute. Let me take his picture. And you know, he kind of likes that. You know, he'll kind of pose.
Do you base that on body language that he likes that?
Yeah.
He doesn't say anything to you.
And he's a cat. He doesn't talk.
Gotcha. Okay. I just wanted to know, you know what? I'm not taking anything for granted. Just want to double check. This is also a mental wellness check for you.
Yeah, okay.
Some of these questions that I'm asking.
Fair enough. I
Okay.
can see that.
Yeah. He does look. There is something proud and regal. Can we post some Mr. Toots content on
Sure.
Sam Roberts SXM?
I mean, these are just stories.
You screen grab them just so people can see. You can put them on our stories or put them on Twitter or something.
No,
Just-
I mean, I'll put them on
I think
our
you can
story.
repost off my story.
yeah, something like that.
And then we're working on a video. We didn't get it together last night, but there will be an official Pet Gala, Mr. Toots at the Pet Gala on his own Instagram, Mr. Toots, Tuts spelled out, Mr. spelled out.
It almost reads like Mr. Tuts, but it's pronounced.
It does
Toots.
look like Tuts, yeah.
But it's pronounced Toots.
It should be Toots. This
Right.
is the whole thing.
Wait.
How is it a whole thing? Because I agree with you. It should be Toots. That's a toot.
Well, he's named after Tutuola
I see.
on
Detective
the Detective Tutuola.
That-
My fiance is obsessed with Law and Order. Obsessed.
Well, yeah. I mean, Tutuola that's Ice-T's character
Yeah.
on Law and Order SVU.
SVU.
She likes Law and Order
I'm
SVU.
obsessed.
Has she checked out Law and Order Organized Crime on Peacock?
Of course, she watches all of it.
Can I tell you the truth?
Yeah.
Started watching it over the weekend.
Yeah, really?
It's great.
Yeah?
Because Christopher Maloney's back, and he really goes undercover to fight organized crime. But it's Law and Order. It's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same. Same format that we've gotten since
Same
about
formula every
95. Yeah.
But yeah, she's obsessed. And they'll shoot Law and Order like in Manhattan.
Does she take toots?
Oh, she freaks out. She's like walks around looking for Ice-T.
to go like, this is your
And if
namesake.
she's like obsessed, she's like, if I find Ice-T, I'm going to say, I'm going to go get my cat. I'll be right back.
So if we could book Ice-T on the show, do you think your fiance would want to bring the cat in?
She would rearrange her life to bring the cat in to meet Mr. Toots.
I think we should probably work on that. It doesn't feel like it'd be that difficult to get Ice-T in. No disrespect, but he shoots the show in New York so much.
He's literally here all the time.
Yeah.
I think he lives in New Jersey.
Can we work on getting Ice-T so he can meet Toots?
Yeah.
I would love that.
Would you let Toots hang out?
Uh,
Just hang out like on the desk or whatever?
we could have Toots Day on the show.
That'd be wonderful.
I'd be sitting around trying to get him to say cookie the whole show. So he shows up.
So
and
wait, his name is not TUTS?
It is TUTS.
Oh.
TUTS.
Okay.
It should be TOOTS.
Oh, I thought
Right.
you meant like it should be, but we didn't do that.
No, because when you say toots,
Right.
it should be toots.
Toots.
Right, a toot is
But when you
TOOT.
see it spelled out, it looks like Tuts.
Yeah,
Right,
okay.
So
but
people always think his name is Mr. Tuts.
but Tutuola is TU.
right.
So it is.
In order to keep it, you know,
Well, it is proper.
it is proper.
It is proper. Unfortunately, there's a whole backstory that goes along with it. I'm assuming there are multiple times where people have asked you about the spelling, and you go, "Yeah, I don't even worry about it," because you don't want to get into.
And I've even said, like, when she was coming up with the Instagram, I'm like, just call him TOOTS. She's like, nope,
Mm-hmm.
this is what we're doing.
That's not. Wow, yeah, that's not his name,
It's not. I was like, okay.
right?
It's just, when I got into a relationship with her, she's the one that had the cat.
Like I wouldn't want to make my Instagram name SAHM, so people go Sam, like to get the proper spelling. That's not my name,
Right.
You know.
No, yeah.
He looks very proud. How long did you spend at the pet gala?
Unfortunately, it wasn't that long because it was raining pretty hard at that time.
That's right. It was pouring rain,
Pouring down rain.
and you guys still went.
Well, we went. He walked the red carpet. Everybody made a fuss. He got a lot of great pictures on the red carpet.
Yeah.
There was an interview for Vogue magazine.
They interview the cat.
Well, indirectly, they
Sure.
interviewed us, but we, talked about.
Vogue magazine.
Yeah.
Not Vogue Pet.
Is there a Vogue pet?
I mean, I can't imagine the actual Vogue magazine would want to
Well, it's all online these days, so like, it's
Yeah,
just
maybe they're doing a
content.
spread
just
about
fill
the pet
content.
gala.
Yeah.
Content. And people love pets.
Right.
Everybody's going to make a fuss over cute pets and outfits.
That's true. That's true. Hey, I'm here working for Vogue.com. What was the thing you said? I didn't know. I'm here with Vogue.com.
So they had a professional photographer there, at the end here of the red carpet.
What kind of interview questions did they ask?
What's up with you and Amy Lou Wood?
Yeah, and you were like, I'm not.
I'm not-
There's no.
Not having that conversation.
There is no conversation to be had there.
Is this the first pet gala?
And you were like, no.
Does he,
Matter of fact, it's not.
does he like to dress up?
Yes, he does. That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. I can't wait till that feature comes out.
What do you think about the Illuminati?
Right.
Did he like being interviewed?
He loves it.
He does.
Yeah.
He's a ham.
He is. And people hit me up on my Instagram and they'll be like, oh, he looks angry. It's like the cat, his face is always
That's
an
his face.
angry,
He's got resting bitch face.
resting,
All due respect, by the way.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the emotions that you see in his face they're not human emotion. Like,
Sure. Sure.
but you have to people think, oh, he looks angry that you're doing that.
You have to put it in the context of a cat.
It's a cat.
Right.
It's just the way his face rests.
And sometimes I could see where it'd be annoying because you'd be like, I have to remind you that it's a cat.
Because I'll get 50 messages being like, he looks angry. He looks like you're doing something, wrong to him. It's
Right.
That's
That's just how he looks.
Right. As a matter of fact, I see him with bunny ears on there. That's from 2 weeks ago. And he almost looks like very coy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Almost like sheepish. Like, who, me?
Yeah.
Not me, Mr. Toots. I see.
Oh, yeah, that's a snot sucker.
You use a snot sucker on him.
Yeah.
I've seen, we did that. We do that to, like the little kids.
Yeah, it's for a
that's his kid.
benefit.
Right. Right. He doesn't like that.
Well, yeah, we got to hit a fresh oxygen right there. He loves it.
That's him getting. I got you. I got. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, I see. So he gets the snot sucked out and then breathes in, and all of a sudden he gets pure oxygen.
And he's like, this is what it's like to breathe air?
right, and all of a sudden he's tripping.
He's just on the moon.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
No, he's the best.
That's
Yeah.
great. How old is Mr. Toots?
I think we celebrate his birthday on Easter, so I think he's 9 now. He was a rescue, so it's kind of hard to see, know exactly when he was born.
But
that a
you
religious thing?
figure that Mr. Toots.
On Easter?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay. You don't.
She adopted him around, so we just say Easter for.
I figured it was because Mr. Toots came back to save you.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
You know what I mean? To save your soul.
Oh,
So that way, it's like, well, if any days to celebrate him, I guess Easter.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Easter's a great holiday,
Right.
So how many times have you celebrated him?
9.
How old is he? 9, you said?
Well, saying 9 because Clarice and I have been together 8 years, and she had him for a year before. So we say.
So he's at
9.
least 9.
He's at least 9.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
But he's still virile.
Yeah, I mean, cats keep going.
And he lives a good life. Trust me.
Is that
Yeah,
right?
he's eating eggs
Who
when
makes
nobody
sure-
else can afford it.
Who makes sure of that?
We both do.
Yeah.
He lives like a king.
Does he ever get to jump in on your Trader Joe's snacks? Or do you house those things quick?
Oh yeah, they're gone.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Actually, that's not true. I will give him when I have my chocolate chip ice cream sandwiches, I'll take a little of the ice cream and get. He loves ice cream,
He does.
vanilla ice cream. Yeah,
He likes vanilla. That's his favorite flavor.
because just the cold,
Yeah, right.
sugar,
The sweetness.
Yeah, it's-
yeah.
ooh,
He's like,
he
oh
gets
my
it.
god,
Yeah.
this is
Have
what you
ever
guys
had a
eat.
brain freeze?
No.
Because those videos of cats getting brain freezes. Great.
Yeah, yeah. Well, good. I'm glad you had a great time at the. Was it well attended?
It was better the 2 years before. Last year there was a lot of protests, like Antifa.
They were protesting the.
Antifa didn't like the pet gala.
Well, it happened in the same
get
area, so
that.
they had to cancel the pet gala, unfortunately.
Oh,
Remember all the protests that were happening at NYU last year?
yeah.
It wasn't for the pet gala though.
I thought it was because I probably would have jumped on.
Their side?
The protests? Pro-Hamas?
I might not. Well, if it was like
You're like, I didn't know Hamas
pro
was about
Hamas, but
this.
also anti pet gala, I'd be like, yeah, okay.
Can't be right about everything.
By the way, I just got a contact for Ice-T's manager.
Really?
Yep. Yep.
I mean, you'd make my fiance.
And you.
Yeah,
And
of
you.
course.
And
Of
you.
course. Because it needs to happen.
Also,
What if he hates cats?
Well, I would just like to see Ice-T go like this. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, all right. You know that's not my name, right? She's like, no, from Law and Order.
Character.
Your character's name. We watch it all the time. Okay. Cool.
I mean, she loves Ice-T. And look, I'm a huge Ice-T fan from Body Count.
Of course.
You've met him though.
Oh, he was on O&A.
Yeah.
He was,
Right.
He was
With
he was-
Coco.
He was
Yeah.
hanging out the one time he was here at O&A. He was just out at the computers out here
Yeah,
hanging
no,
out.
Right.
he's the man.
And he just
He is
walked
the
up to him
man.
and just started talking to him. And he was like just having a conversation. He's fucking awesome.
He is fucking awesome. Yeah, Body Count. And I mean, just the run that he's had on Law and Order is untouchable.
And he had a whole rap career.
Yes. No, he's the man. He's 100% the
You're
man.
Jack Hustler?
Yes. I'm 100% with you on Ice-T.
He's the man.
There's no... I couldn't imagine anybody having disrespectful words for Ice-T, but if they did, I'd throw him out the room.
Yeah, I'd be like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I hope he's allergic to cats.
That'd be a real shame.
But Toots is good like that because it's hair, not fur.
Is he
but
hypoallergenic?
He wouldn't want to take the risk. He'd be like, I got to shoot tomorrow. I can't.
I would break.
I
Clarice's
believe
heart.
you, but I gotta say no.
Is it, he's hypoallergenic?
No, yeah. Like my stepmom, my sister-in-law, they're both very allergic to cats, and they're fine with Toots.
Wow. He's a magical cat.
He really is.
Do you think he might have magic in him?
It's hard to deny it. Okay. I mean, he brings me so much joy.
And who would have thought?
A cat.
A cat. That's what you needed.
It's hard to deny.
And he's a son of a bitch of a cat, too.
He is a son of a bitch?
Yeah, he is.
Well, he knows his... Wait, does he know his worth?
I think so. Like, he doesn't really like to be held, doesn't like to be overly pet.
But he knows how much you want to.
He knows how much I want to.
I really
I want to hold that cat.
I'd like, when he's laying on the bed, you want to lay with him and you kind of hold him a little bit.
You wanna-
and
you go-
hold him a little more.
You go big spoon.
And you hold him a little more, and he's like, okay, that's enough. I'm out of here. All right.
I got enough. And
I
you're
got
like,
enough.
Oh, I didn't. You did not get enough.
You overstepped your welcome.
Right.
Okay.
And you want more.
Of course, I want to hold him like a child.
Right.
Love him.
Right. But you don't want a child because you got Mr. Toots.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because at a point with a child, you can't just keep dressing him up and walking him around and stuff like that. But with this cat, you do it forever.
I mean, unless you had like a midget or something. That's
What?
I don't think you can do that.
If you had a midget child?
It would be a little person child, is what you would say.
If I said that, you guys would think I'm crazy.
What?
I think Troy's crazy, but I'm trying to be delicate with Troy. With you, I feel like I can be a little more severe.
Also, regardless of how tall the child gets,
it's not a height issue. Troy,
eventually
Travis
they
is-
will want to dress themselves.
Travis is
But
right
you
on
could
that.
probably get some extra years out of it.
No, as a matter of fact, Gary Coleman legit said that it made him crazy at the end of the show Different Strokes because he'd be like 15, 16 years old and people would still come up and like pick him up because he was a small little guy.
That's it. But I think if you ask Mario Bosco, he probably likes that.
That's different. I mean, that's apples and oranges.
I don't think he would. I don't
and
think Mario
grapefruits.
Bosco would want you to pick him up like a child.
I mean, we could ask.
Are you asking, would you like it, or are you asking, can Troy pick you up
Can Troy pick you up?
and like cuddle you a little?
Yeah.
Like hold him like a child?
Yeah,
If he gave the okay, I would do it.
right.
That'd be funny.
Would you
right?
hold him in one arm and Mr. Toots in the other?
That'd be great.
Come on, babies.
I'd like, take a picture.
Come on, babies.
But yeah, just if you were to have a little person as a child, you don't get extra years to dress them up.
No. There's a whole scene in that movie Elf where Will Ferrell as an elf is treating Peter Dinklage like he's less than because he's a little person, and Peter Dinklage ninja kicks him.
Yeah, they don't have like mental disabilities because they're small.
No, if anything, they'd really be like, it's really awful what you're doing to me right now, I think they would say.
I'm sure somewhere there's a little person that doesn't mind dressing up and having fun with it. Like, not everybody's offended by that.
I would hate it to have somebody dress me up and go
that's
like,
you.
Yeah, to continue to not have free will after you reach the age where you're picking your own clothes, and for your dad to be like, no. This is what you're wearing because you're small.
You're small.
Thank you.
I get to keep doing this. People love it. Don't worry. People love it. Next, I tell you what, next time Hornswoggle is in town, we'll get him in and ask him.
Okay.
That's probably the move, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he dressed up like a leprechaun for a long time.
He was getting paid, though.
A lot of money.
Yeah.
He did very well for
So that's
himself.
different.
And Mario dresses up as a
Man.
what?
If that's what he's dressed up as, a terrible costume.
No, but he dresses up as Cupid for Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
and
for
he puts
fun.
Yeah, he's fun. He's a funky. Sometimes it's funny.
But you're talking about like day-to-day dressing up your child because he's a little person. We're
Right.
not talking about
you
like
said if your child was a little
Halloween
person, you could keep marching him around in costumes,
for a few more years.
which is crazy.
Okay, well, that's why I'm not having kids, guys.
That's
Right.
why?
Well, I think his point is, and he's right. It does go to his poor judgment.
Right. Okay, yeah, you're right. You're right.
So if I'm making that poor of a judgment, I think probably
Just off clothing.
across the board.
Right, because you said that, and both Travis and I were like, Travis didn't understand why I was being delicate about it, because we both had this, like, how could a human even have that thought? Like, I've never considered, not only have I never considered that, I'd never considered that somebody would consider it.
Okay, well,
Isn't that interesting?
here we are today.
Here we are. We've all learned something, I suppose. Yeah, well, let's take a break.
All right.
We got a lot
Are we done talking about Toots?
Yeah.
It's Toots Day.
He's silly and he's furry. His name is Mr. Toots. He's always happy and purry. That rascal, Mr. Toots.
And it's fun because on a Toots Day, we get to explore all the pain in his life that Troy is working through this feline. And that's nice. That's nice. There's hope for everybody.
Yeah, there is.
We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Stay there.
We will be right back with Sam Roberts Show.
Bung around on Twitter where fans think that you're in it for yourself, and they've been calling you Becky Hogan. And she's playing a bad guy right now. And she goes, oh, and I'm the bad guy. They think it's good to compare me to the scummiest person on the planet, and I'm the bad guy. I went, okay, Becky. It was very, very, very funny.
Didn't know you felt that way.
Yeah, like, all right. Figured I'd throw that out there, see where it went. It went in a great direction. Okay, but we got to talk about this. I mentioned it before, and the Met Gala really reminded me of it. But there's this guy, and he worked in he was a housing official. I don't know what that means, but he worked in housing under George H.W. Bush. And George H.W. Bush feels like one of the most politically connected presidents of the modern age. Oh, yeah. Right? He's not one of these guys that, like, Ronald Reagan was an actor and then the governor and then the president, or Bill Clinton, who was like, oh, right out of Little Rock into being the president. I mean, this is a guy who, for a while, it looked like the Bush dynasty was going to be compared to, like, the royal families or the royal family in England.
Didn't work out.
No.
Because Jeb was the low energy, unfortunately. They really thought they had it with Jeb. They said, we're going to put George W. in for a couple of terms. We got a little thing that he's going to do. Don't even worry about that. But
It's got to be a war.
But trust me, he's the guy for this. And then, Jeb, it'll be your turn. And they go, George W. is kind of the black sheep of the family. He's just kind of keeping the seat warm because, Jeb, you're the guy. And Jeb was like, perfect. I don't see what could possibly go wrong. And Jeb puts that tight hoodie on, and all of a sudden the world comes crashing down around him. I really cannot imagine what it must be like to be a guy who was basically promised the presidency, right? It was like, it was kind of a given. We only have control over so much, but as much as anything is a given, it's kind of a given, Jeb, that you will be the president. And then along comes Celebrity Apprentice. And he goes, I think I'll be the president. And Jeb's like, well, it's my turn. I don't know if anybody told you, but it's a work. This is my turn. A lot of
Trump shouted him out over the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
In that interview, because he was asked who like his successor should be, and he mentioned JD, and everybody's like,
okay.
And then he said Little Marco. Well, he didn't say Little Marco because same team now.
Same team.
But he said Marco Rubio. Strong.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I can't imagine being in that position, right, where Marco Rubio works his whole life to get to the point where he's a serious candidate for president, and he got there. And then some guy shows up, and not only does he take it from him, but he kind of ruins the whole job to the point where you're not even sure if you want it anymore. Like, it's become a completely different job. Like, he made a joke out of the whole thing. And not only do you have to sit there and realize, like, okay, everything's changed, but now also you're, like, part of his clique. They don't even call it cabinet anymore. They go, he's part of the clique. He's part of the entourage. And just has to put up with it for another 4, maybe 8, maybe 16 years.
Who knows?
Who's to say? Who knows? Who knows which way it's going to go? And also, when the president makes a statement like that, I think Marco's my guy. You don't know if he's being serious. You don't know if he's saying it to keep you in line. You don't know if he's saying it just to make sure that JD minds his P's and Q's. You don't know what the motivation is, but you know that there's some motivation for it. So anyway, George H.W., this guy who worked in the...
Woman.
Oh, lady. This lady that worked in the H.W. administration.
What's her name? Catherine Austin Fitz.
That's sick, Austin. She said,
No.
She said, could you scroll up so I can see the headline? I love headlines. She said that the United States built a secret $21 trillion underground city for the rich and powerful to live if a near extinction event happens. This is not just like she says this. I don't know, because I received no information about this. But she said that not like an underground bunker where it's like you could just chill here for a second and then we'll come out when everything clears. But like, no, if there's like a near extinction event, could be a bomb, could be a zombie scenario. And I'm not talking about cranberry zombie. I'm talking about like Walking Dead zombie scenario.
You're talking about like 28 days later.
Yes, exactly right what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a Cillian, what's his face? Murphy?
You got it.
Nice. I shouldn't have doubted myself. I always am right.
No.
A Cillian Murphy zombie running around. She's saying, no, there's a $21 trillion city underground. Which, by the way, big if true. I do want to say that.
Literally
right
and
back.
figuratively.
Yes. For many reasons. Number one, it really does prove that being loyal to the wealthy will get all of us nowhere. This is something we should remember. We're not going with them.
No.
Whether it's space or whether it's underground, we are not going with them. They will not have our back. And also, there is a version of this where they could just kind of cover up $21 trillion.
Right?
Like a $21 trillion project could happen under everyone's nose. And they go, didn't we have an additional $21 trillion? Huh? No, I don't know. I don't know what happened to that.
I could check.
Yeah.
I'm happy to look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if it came up, you just got to shame people. It's like the Denver airport. You're like, oh, this happened. Well, allegedly, people say that this happened at the Denver airport. And then you just have to be like, oh, you're crazy that you think that.
What is up with that mural? What are you, nuts?
Yeah, are you a lunatic?
Why would you even ask?
What's wrong with you?
That unicorn has red eyeballs that are glowing. Are you crazy?
You're a crazy person for pointing that out. That's a Mustang. How dare you even think that's
They've done that to you, haven't they?
I mean, the show has done this to me.
It's terrible. It's a terrible thing. I hate to believe that. I hate to believe. You know what? That's crazy.
That is crazy.
That's what I say. Is that did she reveal this on a podcast?
Not just a podcast.
Right. Which podcast? Chip Chipperson? On
Tucker.
Oh, Tucker got to the bottom of it
He's
again.
getting to the bottom of a lot.
Tucker is like, you know what? I'll tell you what. As far as cable news goes, I never thought that Fox News was putting handcuffs on people, but apparently old Tux had a lot to say that the Murdochs didn't want him to talk about.
Of course.
Read these topics.
Okay, let's go.
The bankers plan to conquer space.
What?
Are we approaching an extinction event?
Possibly.
Secret underground bases all across the U.S. The government's secret energy sources.
What?
Who are the masterminds behind the central banks?
Not the central banks.
The global depopulation plan.
Oh, we were worried about that, Troy.
I've been trying to tell you guys.
You said that, and not me, but the others. They said, "Oh,
You fucking idiot! How dare you think that they try to?"
that's what."
Yeah.
They said, "Oh, crazy Troy is at it again. How dare you?" Is what they said to you.
Yeah.
But then we bring it all back.
Oh, good.
How to stay joyful in dark times.
That's the most important.
And because that's what Tucker's trying to get to.
Yeah. The last thing I want to do is make people feel hopeless and afraid. I want people to have joy in their lives. That's right, Tucker. I'm sure that's your agenda.
Let me do a quick 90 minutes on how everything is just horrible.
What's the last two?
How to stay joyful.
Yeah.
In dark times.
Yeah, enjoy yourself.
Listen to Andre 3000's new album.
Right. You like piano?
You want to hear her talk about it?
Yeah, I want to hear her talk about the secret underground bases all across the United States. I want to know about these because I want to know if she drops an address.
Oh, 123 Fake Street.
Right, because I want to see if I could get there.
Right.
There's got to be one in Westchester.
But it's probably like unmarked.
I know. Maybe it's under DMX house.
Maybe DMX's house.
I mean, if anybody would build, because he used to drive those monster trucks.
Yeah, where are you keeping them?
That's right.
Can't build a garage for those.
No, and they said that, you know what they said? Who is going to get us all these safe houses? And they said, well, X going to give it to you.
That makes sense now.
Is what they said.
All right, let's listen.
Okay.
In the U.S. government, if you go to our website, missingmoney.solera.com, we have years and years of documentation, including the government financials that show this. And so the question is, where's all this money going? And one of the things I've looked at in the process of looking at where all this money is going is the underground base and city infrastructure and transportation system that's been built. And
I'm sorry?
Oh, I love it. I was going to call it. I was like, Tucker Bingo. You got to play Tucker Bingo. That's the moment where Tucker does the confused face. Like, I'm sorry. Like, speaks for the everyman. Yeah. Like, you just dropped a bombshell on me.
Like, whoa.
Yeah, exactly.
I did not know we were going to talk about that.
Right. And also, by the way Tucker does it, it's never like, come on, you can't be serious. It's like 100%. Whatever this lady is saying is 100% true. So, whoa, what did you just say? Did you just say what I think you said? Whoa. I was going to tell you to hit pause so I could predict the Tucker face and reaction, and then we got hit with the Tucker face and reaction. I love it.
In the U.S. government, if you go to our website, missingmoney.solera.com, we have years and years of documentation, including the government financials that show this. And so the question is, where's all this money going? And one of the things I've looked at in the process of looking at where all this money is going is the underground base and city infrastructure and transportation system that's been built.
What?
And
I'm sorry?
Yes. So we have built an extraordinary number of underground bases and supposedly transportation systems. Some of these are some of these are documented as part of the national security infrastructure. I think there are many more. So,
in the United States?
In the United States, on all over the world. But,
this is the difference, by the way, between two podcasts. When Mark Zuckerberg dropped on Theo that he had a bunker, Theo went, Zucky got a bunkie.
And said that would be a great place to do cocaine.
Right. And said, I don't know. You could hide dope down there. I mean, I know that's what I'd do. Whereas Tucker's like, wait a second. What happened? What did you just say?
And by the way, I appreciate both perspectives. Yeah.
I think there's room for both.
Yeah, I do.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't mind seeing this lady on Theo.
Yeah.
I'd like to see, because
blow his mind.
Exactly. And the way each react, it brings out different information.
Sure.
You know, and I think it's very valuable from both perspectives, quite frankly. Zucky got a bunkie. I'd hide dope down there. That's what I'd do. That's what he said.
2021 to 2023, I took one of the smartest subscribers in the Solera Report network.
Slayer.
And he and I spent 2
Slayer.
years collecting all the data and all the allegations on underground bases. And then we systematically went through and tried to estimate our guess. This is totally a guess of how many underground bases, both underground in the United States, but also underground under the ocean around.
Oh,
the
shit.
United-
Under the ocean.
20,000 leagues?
Is that why they're all building those bunkers like in Hawaii? Because they're all like on the coast by the ocean?
Maybe. And they want to get away from L.A.
Yeah.
because that's the first to go.
I don't know. New York's probably the first to go.
You think New York's the first to go?
L.A. you could just slice off clean.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about like a natural disaster.
Yeah, in quotes.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
Yeah.
Natural disaster.
Who's natural? Oh, yeah. Mother Nature is controlling that.
New York's more more dense with people, though. You could do more damage.
New York is built. You walk around New York and it feels like a game of dominoes.
Yeah.
Like it's like just like one little thing, and the whole thing is like destroyed.
But are we looking to do the most damage immediately?
Or drip feed.
I would probably think you want to make the biggest impact as fast as you can.
Okay.
That would be my guess, but I don't know.
Interesting.
Who's that, Elon?
yeah. That's my Elon response. Interesting.
Is that why Elon's building all these tunnels?
Listen, I will tell you this: the fact that Walt Disney, when did they make Disney World?
I think it's been around forever, but Disney World or
Yeah.
Disneyland?
Disney World.
70s, right?
Disney World was 71.
The fact that in 1971, Walt Disney knew enough to go, the best way to transport people is to build a system of underground tunnels. He knew.
I mean, he legitimately wanted to build Epcot as an actual city.
Right. There's no way that you can tell me that there's not, because Walt Disney on one end was a magical Imagineer, but on the other end was a maniacal control freak.
I mean, it's your opinion.
Yeah, like he wanted to build the world in his image where he could be emperor.
Yeah, he wanted to build a utopian society. Epcot was the experimental Epcot. that's how you say it in the Italy.
Epcot! Hey, welcome to Epcot! He's like, this is gonna be great. We're gonna have Venice, we're gonna have Milan, and we're gonna have Epcot.
And it's all gonna be an Epcot.
Yeah, he probably was trying to figure out how you could make each of those tiny territories in Epcot actual provinces of the countries they represent.
I mean, if he had lived long enough, he would have built that city. Like 100%.
Right, and that makes, and there's,
which had its own infrastructure and its own transportation.
Walt was unique in the sense that he had these visions and wanted to create them independently, as opposed to wanting to,
The government.
wanted to create them inside the government.
Right.
Which is why, like, as much as we're joking around, the idea that people in extreme power have built underground tunnels and bunkers and stuff like that is, I mean, not only, it's hard to believe that they haven't done that.
Right.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Like, it's difficult to believe that as much as we're as normal people sitting around thinking about end of the world stuff, the idea that when you're rich and have no actual problems anymore, as human beings, what do you have to do? You have to invent problems. You have to create them, because otherwise you go crazy. You have no reason to live. So they create this idea that, like, and then they manifest it because they have all this power where it's like, well, maybe the end of the world is closer than we think. And then they start building towards it. Like, they're the ones doing it. And then the idea that they would create these massive structures,
You'd have to be crazy to think that they're just sitting around like you saying, well, hope something doesn't happen.
It's not happening.
No, they're ready.
Yeah.
But you got to wonder, what's the anticipation? What are they thinking is going to happen?
There's probably a myriad of things that could happen.
It's just in case.
And they're ready for it could happen. Like, for me, I'm ready to build a bunker. All I need to do is get 100,000 in the bank, and I'm building a bunker.
That's the next step.
The minute I get 6 figures, I'm building a bunker. That's it. And then, by the way, if I get 250, you'll never see me again.
That's it. Huh?
That's it. 250.
That's the magical number.
250 is the number?
250. That's what I'm waiting for. 250K, and you'll never see me again.
Is it a secret entrance? Or is it like, a bomb shelter where like, oh, there's the door?
No. It's a manhole cover. You have to go in through the sewer.
Like the Ninja Turtles.
1,000%.
Okay.
I've been concocting this since I was about 8.
So, because I also have plans.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I've been thinking about this since I was 8. And
So it's not like under your basement.
don't worry about where it is.
I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
You don't even have to
questions.
worry about it. Just don't,
Mind you.
Yeah. It's right next to Nunya. It's between Mindja and Nunya.
I
Right in the
visit
middle
that place
there.
all the time.
Yeah. Business.
You don't have to like take like your Triple H doll and put like his hands in the suck it position for like the secret door to open.
I don't know.
It's not a bad idea.
I don't remember. Batman, had his little Shakespeare statue, so he would move it this way, and then the poles would open. I don't
that
remember.
rock just moved anytime that car came.
That's right. That's what was motion detector. I don't remember. I don't remember where it is right now. Don't even worry about it.
All right. I'll ask again later.
Well, you won't be able to ask me if I could get 250.
You're out.
Out.
See you on the other side.
Yeah.
Tony, do your job.
That's right. Get me that 250 and I'm out. That's what Tony is making sure. He keeps me right under 250 because he wants the checks to keep coming in.
He knows what he's doing.
Oh, yeah, he does.
Smart guy.
Yeah, he does. He knows I'm gone for good once I hit 250. Yeah, I mean, for sure, there are underground areas. I think like people go like this, like, why does Warren Buffett stay in Omaha? Where, you know what I mean? He's the Oracle of Omaha. Number one,
You're not folksy.
they're not going for Omaha. Omaha's going to be last to go.
Yeah.
And number two, you know how much space he has in Omaha? I'm not talking about above ground. I'm talking about underground.
The new guy that's replacing him that he picked, he lives in Iowa, and he's like a billionaire.
Bro, I'm telling you.
And he's a small town guy from Iowa.
In all seriousness, like, I've told you before, that's my ultimate goal in life is to one day be out there in Montana, Idaho, like one of those places where there's still a lot of property, where there's still a lot of nature, where there are mountains. It's the only place to be, dude.
It's going fast, though, bro. You better get on it.
I know.
I mean, that property is getting eaten up quick.
I know, because the billionaires are like tipping their hat and people are figuring it out.
And everybody's on to what you're doing. Everybody's like, we got to get the fuck out of here.
I know. The pandemic fucked everybody up.
Oh, it just made everybody go, oh, this is going to happen again. Like something like this level, maybe not a coronavirus pandemic, but like something to this extent could happen again.
Well, I think it also like reminded people what real life is.
Yeah.
Like it kicked people out of the rat race for a second. Luckily, a lot of people just jumped right back in. Like as soon as the pandemic was over, they just jumped right back in. But I think it did give people a little bit of awareness of what is real life, actually.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's go to Jonathan in Connecticut. If you want to call the show, 866-969-1969. You can also hit the little phone icon to call Troy on the SiriusXM app if you're listening live. What's up, Jonathan?
Hey, it's going, guys. I never believed these secret bunkers because I come from a family of construction workers, and the one thing they love to do is brag about every project that they work in. Like, I can't drive by a street with my dad without going, I helped fix that pothole, and he tells me that every single time.
I mean, that is a good point. A lot of times we develop these like elaborate conspiracy, like people involved, rich guys, this guy thing. But then you wonder, you're right, Jonathan, like who is building it and how do you keep those guys?
You're never going to.
Right.
Jonathan, did you ever look into the Denver airport conspiracies?
Yeah, I've been there.
Okay.
And again, if my dad worked there, every Christmas he would remind his whole family. Did I ever tell you the time I built that secret bunker at Denver airport?
But,
I got to tell you, Jonathan,
100%.
did I ever tell you we're going to Aspen? I built an Illuminati bunker down here.
But what they would do, from my understanding, is they would have a whole crew come in, do some work, not knowing what the project is, get rid of the crew, have another crew come in, do another set of projects, get rid of that crew, bring in another crew, so nobody really kind of could put the picture together of what is actually happening.
Isn't that how Gus Fring did it in Breaking Bad?
Yeah. There is truth to that, but again, like somebody would come out, a construction worker would come out with some type of podcast talking about all the secret different areas you would work on.
But you understand,
and,
like
none of it.
All you have to do is when that person comes out, you just have to shame them and call them a lunatic and then ruin their lives, and then they're just completely discredited.
Troy's speaking from personal experience.
I guess that's true. I never thought of it that way.
Thank you, Jonathan.
They just call you an idiot all the time.
Just repeatedly,
So
every
sick.
day.
And you go like this. Oh, he's sending news stories from his algorithm again. Oh, he's believing everything on Twitter again. And they just make you seem like an idiot. They discredit you. Hypothetically.
We're just
Hypothetically.
saying.
Oh, he believes everything he reads. Hypothetically. Meanwhile, I go, what's that on the floor? Oh, those are the grinds from Troy rubbing his teeth together furiously.
You want to hear more from
I do. I want to hear it.
this
'Cause she's
whistleblower?
exposing it. Tucker can't believe it.
United States, and our estimate was 170 with a transportation network connecting them.
And what would be the purpose?
The purpose, if you thought you were going to get a near extinction event, so there, to me, there are two purposes. You have so many activities going on that you need to keep secret.
And I
that
have,
you're
by the way,
basically built.
and that's fair, because I have heard of scenarios where you do have to bring in people who know how to reconfigure things to create more room for activities. Yeah. You know, that sometimes you go like, oh, what if this bed, through whatever means you need to tape, maybe shoddy construction. I just thought of this. Yeah, I had an idea. What if we turn this into a bunk bed, therefore leaving more room for activities?
But you also, before you do that, you have to get permission.
However, a lot of times your manager, whoever it may be,
The government?
right, would tell you you're an adult. You're allowed. You can do that.
You're in charge of that department.
Yeah, that's your
Just-
department.
Yeah. Spend the 21 trillion.
Right, and then you get excited.
And you're like, so that's a yes.
Building the capacity to, for example, if you're doing a secret space program, you need to platform it from, things that can't be seen. But I think if you're worried about a near extinction event, that's.
So I know nothing about this other than my only window into it. I knew a contractor who worked on one in Washington, in the city of Washington, D.C.
Right. You booked her.
And I remember him telling me about a power box, like a transformer box on Constitution Avenue that he told me because he worked on it personally.
You think they're adding bass to all these podcasters' voices?
I think
Especially
that's
his.
Yeah.
You don't think that's how he naturally sounds?
Come on.
Okay.
You hear that? It's right here.
Yeah. Sounds powerful.
And like they're all getting trained on how to talk right into those Shure mics. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So they talk on top of it. And then I think the bass is
dialed up.
Yeah, we got to maybe figure some things out for in here going forward, because people are saying this microphone is making my voice sound unlistenable.
I don't know if it's the microphone.
It is the microphone.
Okay. You say, I can ask McClure if we can get one new mic.
One new mic.
But all the other mics seem just fine.
We just need the one new one.
Troy sounds great.
We just need one new mic over here.
It's like, listen to Howard. He's like, he's got like.
Yeah, but Howard has a natural.
Of course, but he also has a great microphone, great processing to really.
Oh yeah.
And then you have to like make everybody else's a little tinny.
Oh yeah, that's what I would do.
I feel like if we swapped Howard's mic with Sam's, Howard would still do fine with this mic.
Of course.
I mean, average.
Right.
This mic is a sabotage mic.
It
makes people sound like they don't have traditional broadcast voices.
I don't know about that.
It's the mic.
Okay.
That's like when you used to go into Bob Kelly's Riotcast studio, and there was one good mic for Bob, and the rest of them were like cheap mics.
That's the move. Like that's like the flex.
It is the move. I got to switch up the mics in my studio.
You got to get like a real nice Neumann.
Yeah.
Like a real that just gets all that bass. Really good processing.
Yeah. And then all the other
give
mics.
Megan a shitty mic?
And then give her like one of those like
headphone
McDonald's
mic.
drive-through mics.
Yes.
Have Nicole bring her own.
100%.
Yeah, Nicole, please bring your own.
Yeah. Yeah.
Seems like sabotage.
No. It's just to make sure there's an accurate portrayal
It's
of
a flex.
Yeah. Okay. And a flex.
Okay. Do you want to hear more?
And because people want the comfort. Like they want to know that's the guy in the room. Mm-hmm. And I want his voice to feel like
But all these podcasts that you're doing with other people, they're the co-host.
What?
They're not like, oh, there's the guy, Sam, and whatever.
Huh? I don't get what you're talking about.
All right. We'll listen to more of this.
I don't know what he's talking about.
I mean, who the hell knows what anything he is ever talking about?
That's right. That sounded like gibberish to me. Are you having a stroke over there? You're not making a lick of sense. Let's go back to Tucker.
Get it back to somebody making some sense around here.
Get it back to somebody calm and logical. Let's go back to Tucker.
Was actually the exit, the egress from White House. That was kind of by vehicle. I thought that was, well, I was like, really? He goes, oh yeah, no, I installed it. I know. And I thought, well, that's kind of crazy that in the middle of this big city where I lived I was on Constitution Avenue every day, that you could build something like that without me knowing it. Under the VP's house at the Naval Observatory, same thing. I think most people know that. Next to my brother's house on Macomb Street in D.C. But I always thought that was like preparation for nuclear war. Like, I didn't really think about it that much.
Some of it is, it's preparation for catastrophe.
So, but you think that
she doesn't have a lick of processing?
No.
She has no processing whatsoever.
Go right into the board.
Oh yeah, she's fine. Right. Like it's as shallow a voice as you've ever heard.
Yeah.
And you just see Tucker as this full body behind his voice. Like it's like CBS, like 1930s radio, where we this is the form of entertainment. We're putting everything into it, and then she, I don't know, just plug the mic directly into the board. Do you want to like a cloud lifter on it? No, it's fine. It's fine.
The board's fine.
Yeah.
Facilities like that in other places outside DC.
Oh yeah. So if you're interested, we have a great interview. I did an interview of Richard Dolan on Underground Bases on the Solari Report, and it's sort of an introduction to the topic, and it's based on a lot of the research of a guy named Richard Sauter.
Okay, you can hit pause. I mean, she's going on and on, but she, at one point, makes it seem like, right there she's talking about underground bunkers, but I think the far more interesting thing is the idea of that they're connected. Right,
because the bunkers are connected.
Right, because in the beginning she said underground cities.
Yeah.
So the idea that it's not just
with transportation.
That's right. That it's not just a bunker underground for you to just hide out in. Right. The idea is that you will theoretically be able to live life for an extended period of time.
Yeah, this is where you live now.
Right, in this underground bunker that we're taking care of. Which, just the idea of wanting to survive the end of the world is psychotic in and of itself. If it's time to go, it's time to go. Okay?
Yeah, but maybe it'll get better. Rebuild
in your own image.
Well,
and maybe you think to yourself, because you have so much money, you are so elite,
right,
over everybody underneath you.
You deserve to.
That if we can just wipe out these bottom feeders, we'll finally get the utopia we've been hoping for.
We can rebuild society
the way that we want.
In our image.
Yes,
right. Because it's not an accident that I have this much money. Right. This happens to me because I'm the best.
I'm the best, and I'm beyond these people.
And they go, well, yeah, I mean, you inherited a bunch of it. And they go, what does that have to do with anything?
I'm here now.
I've kept it.
Right. Yeah, I've held on to a whole bunch. Yeah. So
it's not like I blew it all.
Yeah, I'm here.
So yeah, it's not unreal to think that the people with the wealth are better than the other people. And
if you're with wealth,
they are better.
They think they're better.
Yeah. Because the way you phrased it, you're like, you know who I love? You're like, the people with wealth. They're much better than me.
No, that was taken out of context.
Yeah, you missed a word or two there, but I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
You get the gist.
Yeah, I get it. That's the point. That's sometimes the point with Troy Kwan. Go for the gist.
Yeah.
What do you think he's trying to say? David in Ohio.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Maybe I'm missing something, but it doesn't seem like this was such a huge secret, because I remember seeing documentaries like when I was younger, and they showed some of these bunkers that they built during the Cold War, and they could house like almost the entire government.
Well, so I
had hospitals and stuff. Like, it wasn't just to hide out for a couple of days. Like, they functioned, like they were designed to function as cities. So I'm I guess maybe they're more connected, but I don't know where it's becoming this huge conspiracy theory that their government built massive bunkers.
I think that the difference is that during the Cold War, there was a threat that people were aware of. The idea is that the purpose of the bunker is because we are involved in this Cold War. And when you're in a Cold War, by definition, you're on the brink of war to one extent or the other, like a real war, a hot war. You're on the brink of that every moment of the day. So you're like, we're building this bunker because this is the threat. When you move on, whatever, 40 years, 30 years, whatever it is, from the Cold War, and like, as far as you're concerned, this isn't really happening anymore. And then you realize that for some reason, the very wealthy are not only still building these elaborate bunkers, but they may be interconnected. There may be cities underground. Now, all of a sudden, and maybe it's a little bit paranoid, that paranoid part of your brain goes, what do they know that I don't know? Because they haven't told me to make a bunker. During the Cold War, it was like, yeah, everybody should be prepared for disaster because this is what the disaster could be.
I don't know that it's so much of a they know something we don't. It's just they never really stopped doing it. Because, I mean, even after 9/11, it was always, you know, if there's a biological attack or a dirty bomb or a state goes rogue and decides to fire off nuclear missiles, everybody's been scared about India and Pakistan going at it with nuclear weapons. They have the seed thing in Alaska where they have seeds of all these plants in a giant vault to preserve in case something happens. So just because the Cold War is over, I don't end it or whatever, I don't really think that nobody quit worrying about it.
I would think that most people do not think that the end of the world is imminent.
I don't know. A lot of people may think that. Like, I necessarily don't, but I mean, a lot of people have always been afraid of a possible nuclear war or some kind of a cyber attack where it could cause nuclear weapons to go off.
And again, the difference between a guy going like, oh, something could happen, let me make a bomb shelter. There's a big difference between a bomb shelter and like, hey, here's to the idea that, and the implication here is that there is an idea for what happens next, right? Not, I'm going to go into a bomb shelter. This is potentially what happens next. And you are not a part of the plan. That's where the red flags come up for people. Where it goes like, no. There's a whole city down there. You don't know about the city, but don't worry. You don't have to know about the city because it's not for you.
Right.
That is where the red flags come up. Because it's like when they go like, no, we're telling you there's a bunker for the government because you know it's important that the president survive and that you'll go into your bunker and then we'll come out after the bomb goes off and everything back to normal. We'll fix it. That's not really the discussion here so much as whether it's Elon sending people into space or it's whoever this lady is talking about living underground. It's living underground. This is what happens next. You are not informed of it because you don't need to know about it because you're not invited.
Right.
Is this what The Simpsons tried to warn us about with the rocket ships?
I mean, listen, all you have to do, I hope you got a Disney Plus subscription because all you need to do is go back on these episodes of The Simpsons and they kind of spell it out for you.
So I just need to know who the piano player in Shine was.
That's right. Thank you, David.
Gotcha.
We all end up like Ogdenville eventually, is the point. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, I think that's the difference, right? Where it's like there is, and maybe it's a paranoia, but maybe it's not.
This is for us, and you're not invited.
You're not invited, so don't worry about it.
We're not even going to tell you about it.
Right, because you don't need to know anyway. What difference does it make to you? You're not invited to it.
Live out your life day to day. Continue as is.
Everything will be fine.
Everything will be fine.
Or it won't. You're not invited. Doesn't matter. Now, look, I have been looking around, right? When news like this breaks, I go, okay, who's preparing for it? Who's not? And then I see that DJ Who Kid is making a big shift to the mainstream. And I go, oh, DJ Who Kid must be trying to make sure that he has his the right people in the right places. DJ Who Kid is very smart. You know, DJ Who Kid, one of our great friends here on Sam Roberts Show, and he'll have you believe he's a fool. He'll have you believe he's an ignorant, nonsensical goofball. But no, I'm sitting there, right? And first I see on his Instagram that he's going and doing like interviews with Ari Melber on MSNBC. And what he's doing is he's cozying up because he put his diamond encrusted gold chain around Ari Melber's neck. And I couldn't help but wonder, is this it? Yes. This is when he was visiting Ari Melber, who is like a noted big hip hop fan who does like an MSNBC show.
Time to fall back, and tonight's guests are making their fallback debuts. Vanity Fair's Molly Jong's Fast. She hosts the Fast Politics podcast. She has a new memoir coming out.
When you know him,
you know him.
It's just so funny to see him.
Like I see him in the MSNBC studio, and this I cannot tell you how many times I've texted him going, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" I was texting him over the weekend multiple times. What are you doing, dude? What is your game here?
Have fun.
Yeah, just be a goofball.
He's living life to the fullest.
I feel like everything he does is like a social experiment.
Yeah.
You know, like he kind of he gets all the social dynamics at play. Mm-hmm. So he's like, what would happen if I went on MSNBC and tried to own the room?
And we have a leader of the original mixtape game, DJ Whoo Kid, who's flipped iconic instrumentals for new verses. A hip-hop icon. He's worked with top artists, cultural figures, a fixture
Whoo Kid
in New
is
York
also
rap.
like a professional at finding people who think that he's cool. And he is cool. Well, no, he is cool, but finding people who think that he's cool and want to have some of that cool for themselves, so they try to be cool through his cool.
You're talking about you?
And that's right.
Okay.
And then he abuses that privilege. You know what I mean? He'll be aware of what's going on, and he'll allow you some of his cool, but he'll also kind of make you look a little foolish at the same time.
Yep.
Not for you. He's never made you look foolish.
Whoo Kid and I are a pairing of equals. Whoo Kid's also trying to get my cool through his cool.
Oh.
His cool through my cool through his cool. We put our cools...
It's a transactional relationship.
It really is. We put our cools into one kind of community pool.
A cool pool.
A cool pool. Right. And we just pull out where we need.
Who I've been listening to his mixtapes for literally 20 years, a SiriusXM host. He was instrumental at breaking artists, launching 50 Cent's explosive debut. That was before the studio albums everybody knows. Yes. The classic, If You Really Know.
He said yes.
DJ Whoo Kid's 50 Cent is the future mixtape.
Like, why would anybody watching
this
MSNBC...
is such a long intro.
Everybody watching MSNBC is like, what are you talking about, Ari? What do you mean? He's like, you remember 50 Cent is the future, the mixtape that came out before Get Rich or Die Trying? It's like, it would be like if I started becoming a news guy at MSNBC and just like got comfortable enough that I could just spend like a good 5-minute chunk being like, you know, a lot of people thought Ultimate Warrior was going to be the next guy, but then Hulk Hogan came back and took the title from him before WrestleMania 7, and it was all, and people watching are going like, so what's going on with like the hostages?
Like the way that he introduced the woman.
I forgot she was even there.
And he's like, you know her from this. And also DJ Whoo Kid. And here's Wikipedia.
Yeah. This lady wrote some article. Anyway, let me tell you about this guy I got next to me with the diamond necklace on. He wears diamond necklace.
His new EP is out now. Guess who? And let's take a look at a sample of his run.
Let's do that.
What's up, Cardi?
Hey, what's good, man?
See you and move around with them pounds and Berettas.
You're looking at a jacket that's 5 or 10 racks. Like, how you gonna look at it now?
Just a fluff.
Is Wiz Khalifa still gonna buy it?
I don't.
What?
Reppin' Vine and reppin' Harris, boy, I tell you the truth. My upbringing in church
did anybody? What is going on? Is anybody watching MSNBC going like, oh, he asked Wiz Khalifa how many racks his jacket cost? Was that the question that was at play? Would you watch this intro and go, oh, I was wondering why he was on MSNBC. This clears it up.
I'm watching this intro thinking, like, this has got to be Plugola.
But I don't think it is.
No, of course it's not. But it's like I think they're spending so much time, like, just propping him up.
I think there are a lot of the Travises of the Ari Melber world.
Maybe.
They're in the control room looking at each other like, should somebody have told him no? Are we supposed to be doing this? I mean, it would literally be like if I came in here and I was like, Travis, pull up Raw from Netflix last night. No, watch this match. And you and Troy would be looking at each other going like, what the fuck is he doing? Let's roll with it. It's his show. What the fuck is he doing?
Did all this prep for him.
Yeah, why is he just watching Dominic Mysterio matches?
Let's watch a quick recap.
Yeah.
What are we guys doing PR for him? I mean, it's got to be somebody great to get him on all these shows.
We got to get him back in here.
Yeah, we do.
I have so many questions about this mainstream run he's on.
singing songs in the choir, baptized.
You were saying you remember that day?
How did we survive that Snoop Dogg evening?
Well, we observed a great time, and then we had a good time. Thanks for being here, man.
Thank you, man. We should shout out Snoop Dogg. You got a new deal with NBC now, I think.
Yeah, it's funny because we grew up on
Hey,
Snoop
Ari
Dogg.
Melber, we should shout out Snoop Dogg on your news show. And Ari's like, yep, that's a great idea. Yes, we should, DJ Who Kid.
Well, I mean, it's synergy.
It is. I mean, look, I respect.
Snoop Dogg's got to deal with NBC.
Let's shout him out. MSNBC, Peacock, whatever you want to do. And I, coming from a place of I am a fan of things, I really don't have any problem with Ari Melber being like, I'm a hip hop fan.
Yeah.
I like to, be able to exploit it on my news show. I just wonder from the perspective of an MSNBC viewer that wants to know, like, what, crazy thing Trump has done to destroy the world today.
You're going to have to wait.
And he's like, well, yeah, you're going to have to wait a second because, as Who Kid put it, we should really be shouting out Snoop Dogg.
Maybe they're realizing that just like people are exhausted from the Trump stuff, so they're like, we got to do something else.
Just have fun.
Just have fun.
Who Kid's good for fun.
He's good for fun.
And the legend, and on the NBC Sports side, he's become, of course, a global Olympics ambassador. I love that. So the new Oscar rule is all the judges have to watch the movies they're voting on. Do you think this happens with Grammys?
Not if Will Smith is there.
He's awesome. He's the best.
And he does like an air punch motion for Will Smith. I don't even get his joke.
He just wanted to make fun of Will Smith.
I know he did.
Yeah. And it worked.
It worked.
Funny.
It worked. The whole room.
Our high fidelity tape.
Sorry.
That's okay. The whole room, because it's Who Kid. It goes like, yeah, which we do in here too. It's got there's a contagion about Who Kid's humor.
There is.
Everybody's having fun. He's having a good time.
Yeah,
By the way,
you got to get him in here.
If that's true, there's a new rule that Oscar voters have to watch.
Yes.
Did they not have to watch the movies before?
No, I mean you were in the Academy and you got.
We just assume you've seen them.
Yeah, and then you vote.
They have to like you have to go to a screening that they go, we saw you at the screening.
No, I don't know. Like
how do they?
I don't know how
confirm. I mean, because that's crazy. If they were spending the last several decades, like the most prestigious award in movies, and they hadn't even seen the movies.
Yeah, that's weird.
I mean, I guess it doesn't. At this point, does it shock you?
It's all just
nonsense.
Fake.
It's stupid. It's all dumb. The more I watch these award shows, the more I'm like, what are we even doing? Oscar's new rule requiring voters to watch all nominees could reshape the awards. Yeah, it should. It could reshape the awards campaign. It may develop a system where people are actually voting for the movies they think are the best. A new rule requiring members to watch every film in a category in order to vote and to fill out forms verifying when and where they viewed it. Okay, so people can theoretically like check and...
Yeah, but you can also lie because, I mean, that's
lie.
when screeners go out. Like, everybody gets screeners.
But I'm sure, well, yeah, but now, probably more than ever, the screeners are links. More than they've ever been before.
Yeah.
And so you can check the link. And if you lie about it, you're probably in a lot of trouble.
The mandate might as well be called the Brutalist Rule, a note to the movie, because the film earned 10 nominations and 3 wins, even as some voters privately admitted they never pressed play or finished it. Or worse, they played it in the background while they answered emails and took phone calls.
I mean, we've seen these movies, many times. Movies have won Oscars because everybody voting thought that that's the one they should vote for.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That was so funny. All right, well, before we get off track, 866-969-1969 is the phone number because Who Kid continued the mainstreaming of DJ Who Kid tour. I'm sitting there Saturday. I have my Dunkin' coffee. I'm trying to relax, trying to chill out. And I turn on CBS Saturday morning, as one tends to do. And they're doing a feature on the return of cassette tapes. And I that sounds great to me. I love the idea of a feature about the return of cassette tapes. It's got all the nostalgia. You start to go, oh, yeah, I know cassette tapes. I remember buying Skilos. I wish I was a little bit taller on Cassingle.
And you love physical media.
Love physical media. We were just talking about Dirty Work yesterday.
Especially the type of physical media that you can just like pull out and ruin, right? Right in one long...
Oh, yeah, you just destroy it all.
Oh, now it's gone.
Or you can wind it back up.
Yeah.
Wind. I mean, no, these are great. Because you could, I mean, if a little part of if you rip the tape, you might miss some of it, but you cut it, you splice it, you tape it back together.
Fine.
It's great. I'm bringing all these to my underground bunker.
You're not invited.
Shit.
You didn't make enough yet.
I got that. I gotta get that 250.
Do you want to start from the beginning?
Yeah. Because wait till you see what happens when I'm watching my feature on the cassette tapes, on having a relaxing Saturday morning. I don't want to be bothered by any of the absurd people I've decided to surround myself with in my life. And this is what happens.
Still delivers high fidelity.
High fidelity.
Forget the vinyl revolution. For old school music fans who remember that iconic commercial, cassettes are making a comeback.
I do love the idea of cassette. Forget the vinyl explosion. We want stuff that sounds like shit.
I mean, there's no real reason cassettes should be coming back.
It's fun.
I guess.
Right? It's fun. I wish the mini cassettes would come back.
I understand why people prefer vinyl.
The click, click.
There's a
warmer sound to a cassette, I find.
Nothing warmer or better about cassettes.
Troy, you still record on cassettes, right?
Sure.
Yeah, you got to. Yeah.
But I mean, they have been last 5 or so years.
100%.
I notice all the time, bands that release albums, and you have to sell a lot of physical copies now to make money. They'll put vinyl, CD, and cassette. Yeah.
Cassette. So I'm going okay, I love this story because I love the return of cassettes. I want to get myself a little boombox.
Yeah, and you're just trying to enjoy your Saturday morning.
That's all. I got my coffee.
There's a surprising surge in sales of one of the most fragile and most frustrating formats of music ever sold. Superstars Ariana Grande, Kendrick Lamar, and Lady Gaga are among those offering their newest songs on cassette tape. Our Scott McFarlane found out why some are looking back.
Hit me with it, Scotty.
For cassette collector St. Virgil, there's a thrill in chasing tapes. She and other attendees at the inaugural New York City Tape Fair last Sunday in Brooklyn are part of the format's return.
I got this case, which actually has all of my singles. The ones on the top here, I actually won in an eBay bidding war.
Nice. See?
It's a bit different
eBay.
from their heyday. For that, we have to hit rewind. Yves Mondesset is a hip-hop DJ.
What? Did you just hit him with his government? Not Yves Mondesset. By the way, I never give him the French accent. I don't care how Haitian he is. He's Yves Mondesset to me. Yves Mondesset. Yves Mondesset. This DJ Who kid.
I assume he didn't get Final Cut.
No way. He doesn't want people knowing.
No.
Yves Mondesset was a 19-year-old virgin. DJ, and that's true. Yes.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. DJ Who Kid is the cool guy.
Yeah. I'm not going to listen to what Yves has to say.
No, Who Kid fornicates. Yves Mondesset, he can't.
I like DJ Who Kid and Hot Dog, not Yves and Cheyenne.
Yves and Cheyenne, I don't know what the two of them are doing together. Repelling anything female. Yves Mondesset on CBS Saturday Morning?
When you heard this?
What in the goddamn hell is Yves Mondesset doing on CBS Saturday Morning? I could not believe it.
Did you laugh?
I died laughing. It was another text. What are you doing? There is a campaign to mainstream DJ Who Kid, a.k.a. Yves Mondesset.
Yeah, maybe he's trying to get away from that.
The Who Kid?
Yeah.
He's trying to be Yves?
He's trying to rebrand as his own name.
As Yves.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people do that.
No, because every time he comes in here and I go, Yves Mondesset is here, he goes, yo, chill.
Yeah, he doesn't like that.
He hates that.
Let's listen. Maybe I got it. Maybe they didn't say that. Let's listen again.
Rewind. Yves Mondesset is a hip-hop DJ in New York.
The best thing a label could put out.
His stage name is DJ Who
Stage
Kid.
name? Why are you calling him by his government?
That's his
Stage name. I didn't know we were going on CBS Saturday Morning to get doxxed. Yves Mondesset. Yves Mondesset, by the way, is how I say it.
Yeah, there's an R at the end.
Yeah, Yves, there's an S at the end, Mondesset. I mean, I could not believe it. And then he's sitting there doing his dumb show.
His stage name.
Oh,
man, that's my name.
Like, I just love the fact that like his stage name as if they're crediting him for crafting this genius like image and putting on this show. And then wait till you hear what they legitimize. I don't know if you guys have seen this yet, but what they legitimize that he based his career off of.
Wind. Yves Mondesay is a hip-hop DJ in New York.
The best thing a label could put out.
His stage name is DJ Who Kid.
Nobody dares get on those beats.
But he has arguably
Do you know
one of the
how much footage they had to go through to get something where he wasn't talking about having sex or cursing?
Yeah.
Like, they were like, he's got to talk about music at some point. He's got to be a serious person at some point. They must have gone through 6 shows before they found him not talking about vagina or cursing.
And his show is, what, like 8 hours long? Every
8 hours?
Yeah.
He said the whole 8 hours he's talking about moisture.
They're like, all right, we'll come back next week.
He keeps bringing up moisture every third word. We can't use any of it.
I like that he has a green screen behind him.
That's what he does now. He puts up a green screen and he'll put it behind his guest too. And he actually makes really cool, like his clips that he puts out, he'll like change the color of the background. Like it'll be a solid color, but it'll be like a pink or a blue or whatever. And they kind of change as it goes. And it does make the clips pop out.
That's a
lot.
good idea.
It's cool.
You should do that.
Well, I mean, he'd be stealing.
So what?
Yves.
If you asked Yves, he would go, I don't care. You can do that.
Yves Mondesay or whatever they called him.
Who came up with that idea? DJ Who Kid or Yves?
That sounds like an Eve original. Yeah, no, I don't know.
That's a good idea, though.
It is a good idea. It's fun, and it's good branding.
It's unique.
Yeah, it's unique, and like the minute you see it, you're like, oh, that's a Who Kid clip. It's a great
greatest nicknames in music, the Mixtape King.
It's a cool title because of I'm part of like the DNA of that process.
When you were young, when we were young, did you listen to the radio and hit the record button?
Oh man, I was like, first of all, I don't even remember having a TV.
I mean, they're going over the whole thing.
Mixtape King eventually took it to a different level.
This is not a mixtape. This is a revolution.
He prodigiously made tapes in the 80s and sold them on the underground market.
Pause.
What's wrong?
Write that word down.
Prodigiously?
Because I want to get Who Kid in here, and I want to ask him, is it true that you prodigiously made mixtapes? Because I would like to see how he would answer that. Because I believe that he does not know what the word prodigiously means.
It doesn't matter.
It matters.
It could still be true.
Could or not. Who knows? Who's to say? But they're talking about prodigiously?
Yeah.
With Who Kid?
Yeah.
They're talking to their audience. Not Who Kid's audience.
But then why is Who Kid on there?
That's a good question.
And I forget they're talking about cassette tapes. What's Who Kid doing on there?
He's the mixtape guy.
Not the mixtape guy. One of the greatest nicknames in music. He's the Mixtape King.
Look, he's on with Stretch Armstrong. Another legend.
Of course. Stretch Armstrong and Bobito.
Right.
He prodigiously made tapes in the 80s and sold them on the underground market, using that success to launch his radio career.
We burned 15,000 tapes, cassette tapes. It was more like an adrenaline rush when you drop the tape and then...
Did you see that?
He's wearing 2 watches?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I mean...
Kevin O'Leary.
He's wearing 2 watches. That's good. One of them is a real watch. One of them is completely diamond encrusted. He's got 2 chains on. One of them... he's got 2 chains. His name is usually 2 chains, but he does have a few. He's got 2 diamond encrusted chains on, one of them with the teddy bear. And I know that that's a teddy bear because he's let my son wear that chain.
Tapes, cassette tapes. It was more like an adrenaline rush when you drop the tape and then all the artists are like looking for you. I would just like wait probably like 2-3 in the morning where I know Jay-Z blocked out the studio from 12 to 5. Everybody comes out. This is where I go in now. Pay the production guy or the sound guy or whatever, and he gives me the whole session.
So he stole
Spotify.
So he stole.
I mean, he paid for it. He didn't steal.
They weren't the production guy's tapes to sell.
That's his fault.
No.
Guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should. That was wrong of the production guy.
Yeah.
But you can't. No, but it's still a crime. You can't knowingly buy.
It's not a crime.
It's 100% a crime to be in possession of stolen goods, to purchase stolen goods. Yes, it is a crime.
Yeah, but you're unwittingly a part of.
Wittingly. You're waiting in
you're
the
like,
bush.
hey, may I have that?
No.
Yes, you may.
He's literally just said he was waiting in the bushes I'm assuming he's in the bushes, for the people who own that music to leave.
Yeah.
And then he would go in, and then he would buy the stolen property, and then he would release it himself.
There's magic on those tapes.
Right, the magic belongs to the people who just left, but the tapes. So I love that it's just like this charming story. You know what we used to do with cassette tapes? We would steal people's intellectual property.
And then they would release it.
Yeah. I'm like, that's not why the tapes... I mean, people just like buying cassette tapes. They're not trying to steal anybody's IP.
Smart businessman.
Well, he's a criminal.
Yeah, but he got ahead.
He did.
He did something nobody else was doing.
He did tell me that he was shocked that they left the Jay-Z story in there.
Right?
Yeah. On hindsight, watching that on CBS Saturday morning, because literally then, I don't know, maybe it popped up in my algorithm. I saw this video of somebody was interviewing Jay-Z, and it could have been old. And he was going through this exhibit that they had of Jay-Z's stuff. And it had Jay-Z's original masters. And they said to him, would you ever sell your masters? A lot of people are selling their masters now and, turning around a great profit on them. And he said, no, I would never sell my masters. They said, why? And he said that he wants his kids to be able to see the physical masters, that he was able to maintain as an independent artist to come up. He released his first album under Rockefeller as an independent artist. And then he was able to become the president of Def Jam. And one of the key notes in that deal was, yes, I will take this job, but once Rockefeller and Def Jam made their deal, obviously the masters go to Def Jam. And he made this deal when he became president of Def Jam that the masters returned to him. So he says that he wants to leave those masters to his kids as a sign of kind of everything that he accomplished. And then if his kids want to sell it later, his kids want to sell it. And I go, oh, that's really nice.
Yeah, I love that.
And then Who Kid says, no, I used to just go into the studio and just steal his masters. And I'm like, look how meaningful this stuff is to him. And Who Kid would just steal it and put it out on mixtapes. No wonder they were so mad at him.
Yeah, I'm surprised rappers just don't hate. I mean, luckily he's very lovable.
Yeah.
So if he did somebody dirty, I'm sure he's like, we're fine.
He's talked himself out of
situations.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and he's become iconic. He's the man.
And that's something I would love to ask Who Kid about sometime. Yeah. Is like what was the worst case scenario of like a rapper being angry at you for doing this, for stealing his shit?
Right. Like how long did you have to go into hiding for?
And like, were you genuinely scared for your life?
Because I'm positive. Because also like, he's Yves Mondesay, right? He's not like this, like, he didn't start as a hardcore gangster.
Right.
I'm positive that there are times where he's like, oh shit, I went too far this time.
Yeah.
Except because Who Kid is who Kid is, he went too far, but he ended up okay. So he was like, oh, okay, then I did not go too far. I can go that far again. Yeah. Everything ended up fine.
Before Spotify, Pandora, and iTunes, cassettes dominated. At home, fans curated
I think that's
their
where the
own
Who Kid
mixes,
part ends.
90-minute blank
which is
tapes.
even funnier to me because this feels like the beginning of the story.
Nope.
And they just added in like, hey, here's Who Kid, the mixtape king. He used to steal everyone's music and put it out on cassette tapes. What does that have to do with cassette tapes coming back out? Yeah.
Here's some punk.
Yeah, exactly. Henry Rollins? Yeah, I think, but I do think that you're right. I think, Travis, you pointed it out, that Who Kid has got to have a publicist working on double time right now. Because whoever this publicist is, that the mission is mainstream Who Kid, they are earning their money.
Well, let's get him in.
Yeah.
You should do the Who Kid interview.
Like actually
interview him instead of just hang out with him.
He's so funny and goofy. Like, you don't know if you'd ever get it.
Right. And plus, like,
well, yeah, you're not mainstream. You would be getting Who Kid.
Maybe if I come in with a blazer on, he'll get tricked. I wonder if I could trick him into thinking it's mainstream. If I could just kind of change my interview technique a little bit and like start talking a little bit more like this.
So Yves.
And like not I call him by his government. And
I can't believe they did that. It's so funny.
Yves Mondesay. By the way, if I am going to try to get him in, I'm going to find out when he's in New York. He's all over the place. Partying with Gronk, I think, last night in Vegas.
Nice. But
the next time he comes in, remind me, because I would like to introduce him as Yves Mondesay. So hopefully we can talk to Yves. Because CBS Saturday Morning got some great stories from Yves. Mark in Boston.
Hey, Sam. First time, long time. I wanted to bring up the time. I believe you're in the studio with Fukin. You had the guy from American Pie, Chris Klein, I believe it was.
Poor Chris
he
Klein.
did like a total code switch, and he just really started hamming it up with Who Kid, and he just like kept playing along with him.
Yeah,
and it's humiliating, so cringy to watch.
It was very, very cringy. It was Code Switch is exactly what it was. Thank you, Mark, because literally I was like at the time I was doing solo show stuff, but it would be like I don't know. I think I was doing my show at like Sunday afternoons or something like that. But I would also co-host a lot of shows with Who Kid. I would come in here on Saturdays and just hang out all day with Who Kid on Shade 45. And so when we would pre-tape interviews, a lot of times I'd jump in and pre-tape the interviews with Who Kid. Except I also taped Chris Klein for my own show. And we did it back to back, and I saw him. And I witnessed the code switch happen in front of my face. I said, that's not the same guy I interviewed. Why are you talking like this? It was embarrassing. Derek in Binghamton.
Where's your baby? Where's your baby?
What's up, Derek?
Hey.
Hey, man.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
GTA 6 trailer just dropped about 45 minutes ago. Thought you guys wanted to take a look at it.
Is it a new one?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, it
shit.
just dropped 45 minutes ago. I think it's Stephen Root is in it.
It's not Stephen Root.
It sounds like him. It sounds like the first voice.
I mean, light the whole building on fire.
Yeah.
Thank you, Derek. Stephen Root, by the way, underrated legend.
He's the best.
Okay.
You want to watch it? It's 3 minutes.
I do.
Okay.
I definitely want to watch it, and I want to give full credit to Rockstar Games. I mean, the strategy on this group. So yesterday we were talking about the fact that they announced that the game was delayed until May of 2026 from what was supposed to be Q3 2025, which is in a few months. So I think, number one, they knew it was delayed a while ago, but they didn't want to give a lead time of over a year. They said, we're going to announce May 2026. Let's not announce it before May 2025 because they don't want people to say over a year. A year away. Right. And then just as people are upset about it, they're like, let's put together not a teaser, but I guess this is a real trailer.
This is 3 minutes. Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay. GTA 6. By the way, it has been so long. When GTA 5 came out, people still called Eve DJ Who Kid. That's how long ago it was. No, that's okay. That's okay. Let's see what Rockstar's been cooking for the last 13 years. Oh, warning content. Oh, I don't know what the warning was. Sorry. Okay, the beach looks amazing. The beach.
What you doing up there?
I'm just fixing some leaks.
Seriously, dude, you got some time on your hands. I got some properties with paying tenants.
Oh, that's why you came by?
That guy's hot.
Just go get me my checks.
Yeah.
See you, Brian. Love you, Jason.
We got a muscle guy, sweat glistening, chest hairs. Graphics are crazy. Slapped a guy, robbed his cash register. Florida, obviously.
Vice City.
Vice City. He's just bench pressing on the beach. The graphics are insane, by the way. If this is gameplay and not cutscenes, and I'm sure it is gameplay, it's insane.
Supposed to be getting out.
What's your name?
Jason Duval.
Nice.
I think
we know names now.
Duval.
Duval.
This graphics are great.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Hey.
You know, you gotta pause for a second. Rockstar Games Presents, that was the opening. So the guy is like, he's a muscle guy. He's got his chest hair. And I say that to say it actually looks like hair. Like that's hard to do in terms of graphics, like, you know, animate it. But you know that the graphics are good when this guy, he's driven through Florida, he was bench pressing, he robbed a guy's cash register, he goes to get this girl out of jail. And when the girl is walking out of jail, my first thought is like, man, she's hot. And I was like, oh, I guess the graphics are really good because that's not a real person.
So I assume these are main characters.
Whoa, I think I have a crush on that girl. Who's the actor? Oh.
I thought I had a crush on the guy, but actually it's him or her.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on right now. This AI world we're living in has left me very confused.
How do I do sex?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Triangle?
Anyway, where's the helmet? Where's the VR helmet?
So I'm assuming these are our main characters.
Yeah, that we because we saw that there was a. This, by the way, looks very different from the teaser that came out.
Yeah, I mean, the teaser was just kind of like, hey, this is the world that we live in.
I think
Like
that's
Vice
right.
City,
Like,
you know?
yeah, this is what we're based on. And it should be completely different. If they're like, hey, 2 years it's going to take from the time this trailer drops to the time the game drops, the game shouldn't look like the trailer anymore. But, yeah, okay, so the guy gets his girlfriend or whoever the girl is out of jail.
Do you want to watch more?
No, we're good. Yeah, I'd like to watch more. Okay. Oh, they're getting to third base.
Hands above your head, now!
You, stay.
Oh, nice. There's lots of third base again. Drinking. The water looks crazy. Hit pause. You see that water?
I did.
These are the things you got to look at. That water looks unbelievable. The way it's moving, the way it's reflective.
I could probably convince myself to buy a new TV before this game comes out.
Yeah,
just to make it look better. I got a great TV right now. Incredible.
But imagine the TVs
It
a
could
year
probably
from
be-
now.
Yeah, it could probably be a little better.
You know what?
Yeah.
I might get a 4K.
You don't have a 4K?
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No, I know how long it took you to get like
a
flat
sound bar.
A sound bar.
No,
yeah.
I don't upgrade very often. But man, this is a good call.
I'm thinking I could go from 65 to 73 or whatever it is.
You got plenty of room.
Yeah, of course I do.
You got
Even
a
if I don't,
nice piece of property out there on Staten Island.
I don't know if the property dictates.
Nice
how big
piece
the
of
TV.
property out there. I would expect.
You need the space to hang it.
Of course. I'd expect a 73-inch.
Okay.
Yeah. No, you're right. I might need a new TV, too, for the basement.
For the basement.
Well, I can't play around the children.
No.
There's already fornication and drinking alcohol
There's
in
a lot
this.
of third base, as you said.
Well, yeah, they keep going to third base in this thing. A lot of really heavy, hot, over the clothes stuff.
Yeah. A lot of heavy petting.
I love over the clothes stuff. No, just some over the clothes stuff.
All right, let's.
But
keep
still
watching.
good.
Maybe there's more third base.
I hope so. Oh, you know I love
This
airplanes.
place is just the start for us.
Ring the bell, sharks, baby!
She's got a yacht.
Name, address, they got everything.
Who's that, Hogan?
Us cops, we gotta protect each other.
Oh, dirty cops. I like that. Oh, there's the yacht again.
You and me, Lou. We got this.
Looked like there was some kind of... Hit pause for a second. There was some kind of Fight Club atmosphere. I'll bet you get to do real fights in that Fight Club. Like right there?
Yeah.
I'll bet you get to do real fights.
Yeah, probably.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
XXX.
Build your stamina up. Build your.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
A little Mortal Kombat inside GTA. That's probably a big part of this, right? That they're like...
Lot of side missions. And
side
stuff.
missions that turn into like a different game inside the game.
Oh yeah,
Like,
I mean they've always been about that.
Right. Like if I'm like, this could just be an airplane game. This could just be a driving game. This could be a running game. Now this could be a fight game, or you know, a game where you see all these yachts.
Yeah, I know. You keep.
You know that's what they call them, right, Troy? A yacht.
Yacht?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we got it.
You and me, Lou.
Yacht. Dang.
We got this.
We got it.
Oh, that's sick. They're on an airplane fighting. Oh, third base. Oh, they got selfies in this game?
Come to Fields Ammunition today.
Ammunition's back. Okay.
Hey.
Oh, nice. Third base. Home from work, third base. Oh, they got jet skis? Let me ask you. Hang on. Hit pause. Troy, I know you're not a big gamer guy.
Right.
Oh, they're about to hit third base, I think. I know you're not a big game guy. But I do know you like getting to third.
Sure.
And also, if you could just kind of do mainly the jet ski part of this. When I saw this, I said, I'll bet I could convince Troy to play a very realistic jet ski game.
I would love that.
You like jet skis, right?
Love jet skis.
Yeah. Like if you could just sit in, especially if you're in Florida, it's a sunny day, get the AC on, and just play this jet ski game on a PS5.
Do I get to take the chick back and get to third base?
100%.
Okay.
It looks like third base is a central part of the story.
Yeah, they keep getting to third base.
I love that.
Like you could do, like imagine a day, and this is why people escape. This is why these video games are dangerous, because it's like such a good life. Imagine a day where you could go out, you could jet ski, you could do all kinds of tricks and donuts, then steal a car to get home. Yeah. You just get to steal someone's car. You get to rob as many people as you want on the way home.
Get into a fight.
Outrun the police to the point where they just go, fuck it, and they forget about you. And then get to third base when you get home. Get to some, what I like, get to some hot over-the-clothes action.
Heavy petting.
Yeah. I love hot over-the-clothes action. Yeah. One of my children was conceived to hot over-the-clothes action.
What?
I won't tell you which one, but that's how strong everything is going on with me.
You're fantastic.
Yeah. Hot over-the-clothes action got us one of our kids.
This sounds fun.
It's-
This looks like a great game.
It does, right?
I would probably jet ski over to that yacht,
Okay.
kill everybody,
Smart.
get back on the jet ski.
Steal the yacht.
You know what you do? You know what? Check this out.
Third base on the yacht.
Ghost Rider.
I didn't even think about third base. So, and I should have. Here's the game. Steal a car. Wake up. This is the whole game now.
Okay.
Wake up. Go outside. Steal a car. Drive it to the beach. Drive the car on the beach. Run people over on the beach. Of
course.
Cops are after you. Steal a jet ski. Go out on the jet ski with your girl. Find the yacht. By the time you find the yacht, the cops aren't chasing you anymore. Get on the yacht. Kill everybody on the yacht. Get to third base on the yacht. Then drive the yacht up onto the beach.
Nice.
Then
you find
the
a jet
cops.
ski. And then you start going and going and going. That's the cycle.
Third base.
That's the cycle. Yeah. And then you go home, get to third base, go to sleep, wake up.
Over the clothes.
Hot over the clothes action. Then steal a car, get a jet ski, get a yacht, third base. Yeah. Over and over and over again. I can't tell you how many times I've played that cycle. Over and over again. June. May 26th now, it says. The end of May.
Half September.
Boom. It's the end of May. Which probably will
Is
be.
that Memorial Day weekend?
Very possibly. That sounds like that's probably what it would be because they want you at home playing.
I mean, we're going to have to take 2 weeks off.
That's fine. Totally fine.
Thank you.
Honestly,
26 is a Tuesday after Memorial Day.
Perfect.
We're off that week.
Perfect. Well, we may be off all the weeks. We're going to have to do some negotiating before we get to 2026.
You need your 250. Tony's going to get it for you.
You think so?
Yeah, but Sam's gone.
Yeah, that's true.
As soon as you get it, you're out.
Yeah, sorry. Can you give it to me all at once?
One lump sum.
Yeah, please. Yeah. Yeah, that's actually, this game is going to take so long, I'm going to have to renegotiate with Sirius before the game comes out.
That's true. That's right.
It's crazy. God damn it. And they're going to know this game is coming out, and I'm really anxious to buy it, so they're going to lowball me because they know I need the cash to buy the game.
You need at least $80.
I need the 80. And by the way, it'll probably be 120.
Oh, yeah.
It's not going to be 80. Mario Kart costs $80. Nintendo fucked us over because everybody who makes games is looking at these games now. Nintendo, I don't know if you heard about this, Troy. Wait till you hear about this. They go, we're coming out with just Switch 2. Everybody's got to have it. And they go, oh, okay, what's it, 300? And they're like, 500. And 500 for a Switch? They're like, yep, it'll be worth it. And you go, okay.
You say so.
Does it come with Mario Kart? And they go, well, for 500 it does. You can get it without Mario Kart for 400. Oh, okay, I'll get it for 400. How much does Mario Kart cost by itself? $80. $80 for Mario Kart.
It's insane.
It wasn't that long ago. That was a $40 game. $80 for Mario Kart. That should realistically be a $50 game.
Games were for a very, very, very long time $60.
$60 was the game, and it was almost like that was the comfortable, like, okay, still a lot of money, but I'm going to get a lot of enjoyment out of it. I'm comfortable with that. We'll leave it there.
PS5 came out.
PS5!
No, I would not be sleeping.
Yeah, I would sleep with the PS5.
They upped their prices to $70. And people were okay with it.
Yeah, they were like, the graphics aren't very good.
No, they actually really enjoyed the graphics.
Are very good.
Oh, yeah. The graphics are very good. And if you really think about it, video games were the one thing that didn't go up in price for a very long time.
And they are designed, most are designed now for you to be able to get more out of them. Meaning like you play for hours.
Yeah. Like if I really break it down and think about how much I got out of a game for $70 worth of entertainment, it's a good deal.
Right. Now,
you know?
we can't be factoring in DLC and whatnot because that's where it starts to get crazy, but go ahead.
But $80, there's something about that word.
Because it's basically $100.
80 is very close to 100, especially after tax.
Yeah.
You're looking at like $89? $90?
$90. Yeah,
for a game?
$90, and it's for Mario Kart.
It's for Mario Kart.
But it's open world Mario Kart. I don't even want open world Mario Kart. Just give me the same tracks. Like,
yeah, it's not like a game where you're going to play, the story is like 40 hours.
No. I mean,
Mario
honestly, I'm going to put more than 40 hours into it. It is Mario Kart.
Yeah, of course.
But
you got to, get all the stars.
Right. But it's, yeah. And that can get tough, especially as you start upping the difficulties. But it's Mario Kart. But what that does is, if Mario Kart can charge $80 on Switch, then, yeah, I'll bet GTA 6 is, I'll bet it's $120 120.
You think just base?
I think base is 120.
I think base will be 80, but I think there will be many different versions that you can buy.
I think base will be at least 100.
Okay. That's crazy, but okay.
And they'll go like, yeah, but you'll be able to play for 13 years. I think it'll be at least 100 for base.
Okay.
You know what? Yeah, I think in the PlayStation Store, it'll be $99.99.
Okay.
I think that's what it'll be for base. And then I think it'll go up to $250. I think there will be a $250 version. And it comes with like, you know, a wig that one of the characters wears or something like that. Yeah, I think $99.99 will be the base. I think it'll go up to $250.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you're a little high.
Okay.
But okay.
I'm a lot of high.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying, right, Troy?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, my man. Smoke Club is back. You guys are weird. We were waking and baking, bro. Bro, your Foley work is on point. All right, let's take a break. We got to do some reads. Mother's Day is coming up, so stay tuned. You'll hear all about Mother's Day, and then we'll be back with some more radio.
We will be right back with Sam Roberts Show.
Video evidence. The video just dropped. Where can people find that video, Troy?
On Mr. Toots' Instagram.
Right.
Mr. spelled out.
Right.
Toots, Tuts.
Okay. And Tony Burton is already looking. He has literally texted me during our first commercial break and said, is this like a opportunity for merchandise?
Oh.
Which I don't know what kind of a Hollywood parent you are. I don't know if you're like a stage dad, but it feels like I can already attest to people looking to represent Mr. Toots in the Hollywood world. That could be a big opportunity for you. Well, not for you, for your household.
It's something definitely to consider.
Okay, you'd be willing to take a meeting, is what you're saying.
Absolutely.
Good.
It's on our stories.
Good. So yeah, if you
also,
go to,
I don't know why we're not following Mr. Toots.
That's crazy.
Follow Mr. Toots.
Yeah, let's give him a follow.
We'll follow Mr. Toots. You follow us, Sam Roberts SXM on Instagram. Follow the show. Keep up with everything that we're doing. Another thing that we have lost, we were talking about the difference between time from GTA 5 to GTA 6. And hit it. Who remembers this? As of yesterday, Skype is no longer a thing.
Can't believe it's still around.
Skype is gone. I mean, you talk about fumbling the bag. Oof. And I know they'll tell you, well, they made it Microsoft Teams. Oh, do you like Teams?
Teams sucks.
Teams sucks, bro.
Teams sucks.
I hate that. When people send you a Teams link,
I'm not clicking that.
I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me. You don't have Zoom?
What are you doing? I mean, I cannot believe, and I will tell you. So Skype came out in like 2003. And then probably at the height of Skype, or right around the height of Skype, 2011, they sold the company to Microsoft for $8.5 billion with a B dollars. So don't you cry any tears for the people who created Skype. They sold it to Microsoft for $8.5 billion. And then Microsoft goes like, yeah, we're going to take the technology and we're going to fold it into Teams. And then Zoom was like, that's the plan, huh? And then here comes the pandemic. And Zoom was like, hey guys, have you ever noticed Teams and Skype, they suck now? Everybody's like, yeah, they kind of do. I mean, nobody was using Zoom before the pandemic. No. I had never even heard of this thing.
Same.
And now it's like, it's ubiquitous is the word.
Standard.
It's the standard. Like, to the point where literally we're doing WWE productions out of my basement. And I'm like, guys, we can get rid of the delay and have better quality. Just put them on a Zoom call and I'll patch them in. And that's what we do. We interviewed the top superstar Becky Lynch last night. Zoom.
Not
Easy.
Teams?
Teams. Can you imagine?
Teams is very green bubble.
Yes.
Very green bubble. I can't imagine. I'd be embarrassed. I would tell them to stop doing it. If they were sending, even for this show, we did the Edie Patterson interview on Zoom. It was a Zoom call. I said, an icon like Edie Patterson, Zoom's no problem. I'll do it.
Of course.
If they were like, yeah, we'll send her a Teams link. I said, don't you fucking dare send her a Teams link.
I'm out.
Nuts.
You represent me. You represent me. You send people a Teams link, and you associate the S is possessive. Well, the apostrophe is. The S is there. The apostrophe is possessive. Sam Roberts' show cannot be associated with a Teams link. Send a Zoom.
What about your big interview with Logan Paul? How was that done?
Zoom.
There you go.
Zoom.
And that sounded great.
Thanks.
He was on his private jet.
Exactly. Zoomed right into it.
Yep.
Teams. You're not on my team.
Man,
I don't know you like that.
I could go for a lunchly.
Spread it on. By the way, the kids loved him.
Oh, yeah.
Of course they
loved him.
Yeah.
Loved him. Yeah.
You were the man.
Yeah, you were the man. You came home.
I'm a little bit worried that my daughter's first time trying salsa and going like, you know what? I actually really like salsa. Was Lunchly salsa? You know, I feel like
that's a good place to start.
I guess so. It's probably a little more mild than I don't know. I just that she likes salsa and she knows because she first tried Lunchly salsa. Mr. Beast's salsa.
I saw Mr. Beast is teaming up with James Patterson to write a novel.
That's great. I wonder if I feel like the team may be one-sided.
You think?
It may be lopsided in Patterson's favor.
All right.
Yeah. No, I was just hoping because I was like, oh yeah, is it a mystery as to of the 100 people who can stand in a box long enough to win $50,000? Is that the mystery we're going to solve?
That's what he does.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's awesome. But yeah, so I mean, to watch Zoom rise up and become the standard. I mean, Microsoft has to. I mean, I don't care how much money you have. $8.5 billion is dollars to just watch and see this thing. Like Skype was the thing. You want to talk about Zoom being the standard now? Skype was the standard. Like I would 100%. And that's what you would say instead of saying Zoom interview. You'd say Skype interview. You want to do the podcast in person or on Skype? That's what you would say. Whether you're using Skype or not, you go, we'll do like a Skype. Now, can you imagine saying that?
No.
People throw you out a window. We going to do it on Skype? What are you talking about? I don't know. Should we record it on VHS? Is that what you want to do? Like, I don't know how they fumbled that, but they really, really fumbled it.
Yeah.
To the point where, like, within 2 years of using Zoom, people were like, I don't even remember Skype anymore.
But you wonder, when the pandemic hit, why did everybody gravitate towards Zoom?
Well, that's what I've always wondered.
What did they do differently that Skype wasn't doing?
I think there was something going on.
Like payola?
I mean, suddenly everybody's like, let's use this platform you've never heard of before.
Well, there has to be a reason.
That's what I'm saying.
I think because it was the easiest, seamless sort of office way to do it. Like Skype was never built to have like, or I mean, I guess you could do it, but people would have one-on-one calls on Skype. You wouldn't see like office meetings on Skype.
Group. Yeah.
I think that it first started with like, we don't know what we're going to do. I got this Zoom software. I think we can all like meet from home on Zoom.
But it really felt in the beginning of the pandemic, like everybody just automatically agreed
we're using Zoom.
Be on Zoom.
I guess all it takes is a couple companies to start using it, right? A couple big companies start using it, and this is what we're using now. And like, it is also probably one of those things where every company is in that same spot where we have to figure out, we have no idea what to do here. I mean, remember Howard was doing shows with like a laptop microphone?
Yeah, it sounded terrible.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I wasn't. I had my studio ready, just so we all know that.
Sam wins again.
Boom. Sorry, HS. Better luck next time.
Oh, okay.
What?
Some of the top financial shareholders are Vanguard, BlackRock, and State Street.
For Zoom?
Yeah.
All right,
now or then?
Well, this is the AI overview, so this is what it's...
I believe AI in this case.
Wait, how did you get that?
I Googled it. Who owns Zoom? And it's the AI overview.
Okay, I get it now.
Yeah, but you would have to, and AI would not tell us this because AI is not a human being. I have logic in my head. There's a big difference between them being owners and shareholders from the jump and then realizing, oh, Zoom is taking off. Let's grab on now.
What do you think? BlackRock's buying high?
No.
They were in it.
Okay, well, that's not evidence to me.
I believe Troy's AI overview.
You believe Troy's AI overlord. It's what you believe in.
That makes sense.
I mean, of course it makes sense.
I do love that Troy is the most conspiracy-minded of any of us.
Oh, yeah.
But also the quickest to submit to AI.
I'm just telling you what the screen tells me.
Like, what's he thinking?
Don't get it. We don't have time.
You know what I mean? He's like, no, the government wants to get us, man. The government wants to. You could just get any picture of your cat on this.
Robots will tell you anything.
They have all the info
and
for you.
It's true.
It's true.
But it's like TikTok.
Isn't it the best?
So funny.
It's stealing all your information.
It is.
But you can watch people dancing, and it's fun.
And going up to cops, going, "What's your badge number?" Good boy.
You know what I mean? Like they figured it out.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna rob. We're gonna take all your information.
It's called a value proposition. We're gonna give you value.
Right.
We're gonna take everything.
We're gonna take everything, but you can watch these cute cats.
Right. Yeah, that's what you watch.
Yeah, cats. Like prank videos.
Do you watch the pranks, or do you mainly get turned on to them here?
You turn on to, and then I have to go home and explain and fill in my fiance, and she loves it.
She does love it.
Of course.
Oh, that's great.
I love pranks.
That's great. She loves pranks too.
Yeah,
I love that because sometimes we'll get so excited and I'll be crying laughing and I'll show something to my wife and she's just stone faced.
Really?
And I'm like, fuck. God damn it. She's like, that's kind of mean. I go, yeah, honestly, what you're doing is kind of mean.
Yeah.
I'm getting so much joy out of this.
Yeah.
Could you have a little bit of empathy?
Yeah.
You are mean.
We talked about this on the show. This is funny.
It's funny. I go, you're the mean one, not him. Not Dom the troll. You're the mean one. All right, let's call it. We did it all for the day. We got more to do, but we'll do that tomorrow. Because not only is Who Kid rebranding, but I just read Hawk 2 is rebranding.
Oh, yeah.
So we got to get into that. There's so much to do. Keep it locked to this channel. Listen to us on the app, on demand. We'll see you tomorrow.
There's more Sam Roberts Show after this.